What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to break you down exactly how I got my first real estate wholesaling deal. I want to break it down at 17 years old, over 5 years ago, and I want to break you down on that entire journey, how I got my first deal. We're getting a lot of people in here that are just starting out in wholesaling real estate, wanting to know they don't want to pay these stinking gurus their money, and they want to learn and get maybe $8,000-$10,000 worth of free mentorship from me. And the first thing you got to do is when you're understanding wholesaling is, hey, how did I get my first deal? And how could that relate to your first deal? So in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly my first real estate wholesaling deal. I'm really excited for this. I'm always jacked up to share it and show you exactly how you can do your own first real estate wholesaling deal. So I'm going to break down exactly how I got my first deal and how you can get your first deal. I'm jacked up. I'm ready to go. I know I'm going to inspire someone and change their lives today. I know this is going to be someone's pivotal moment today. So that gets me excited. That gets me ready to go. So guys, do me a big favor before we break it down. Y'all know the drill. Smash that like button and subscribe to get the most free value from me. Comment below your questions. I'm going to teach everything you need to know about getting your first real estate wholesaling deal today. And without further ado, let's get it going. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Oh, snap. Let's get it, guys. Let's go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to show you exactly how to get it going for free today in wholesaling real estate. So without further ado, we're ready. Everyone's got the fire. Everyone's ready. Everyone's dancing. We're ready to show exactly how to get your first real estate wholesaling deal today, how I got my first deal, hopefully inspire the masses today in wholesaling real estate. So without further ado, let me break down exactly how I got my first real estate wholesaling deal over $25,000. Absolutely changed my life. And I'm here to show you exactly how I did it step by step. So without further ado, let's break it down. So I think the first thing we got to understand about my first real estate wholesaling deal, let's kind of break down a little bit about it, right? So number one, I was 17 years old during this time. So this was in 2017. So good times, old times for me. It sounds like the good old days, you know. I remember Sonny in the old times. We used to do this and the guys. 17 years old, high school kid. Always fun looking at it. So just a background on this, I was working about 39 hours a week as a bag boy, which means doing like a bunch of other stuff. So what this means was, as a bag boy, I was bagging groceries. I was sometimes a cashier, and I was cleaning toilets, scrubbing floors, closing out the store every night. Not fun. You know, I was basically working 2 to 11 and midnight shift. It was never fun. And sometimes I was able to get off of that, break it, do my other stuff. But for most nights, it was 2 to 11 if I didn't have like my high school stuff I had to do. And we're obviously work the weekends. Why not, right? You know. So basically, I was a full-time high school student also. I think that's one thing a lot of people didn't understand when I got my first deal is like, I'm not a kid that has all this time in the world in the summer doing this. Like I did stuff. Now, obviously, it's not the stress of a full-time job, but like working a job, doing school. As a high school athlete, quote unquote, per se, which means I was doing high school wrestling practices. I was doing volunteering after. I always found time to do everything. You know, I never made anything an excuse. I always found time. And I feel like for a lot of people, if I can do this, like you can too. I about $300 in my bank account. All my money back then kind of went to my first car, which was a 2004 Honda Accord. That was my baby. Oh, love that thing. Um, there's no shocks in that car. So very fun times. But that's where I was pulling up on my first couple deals. 2004 Honda Accord. Definitely a very, very fun vehicle. But that was basically all my money. Kind of expensive. 17-year-old kid with this stuff. But it was so fun. So basically at my job, I hit a breaking point. And I feel like a lot of you guys out here have felt this or can even relate to this to a point. But I hit a breaking point. I was sick of working that job. I kept very disrespect. Like I was getting extremely disrespected at the job. Fun story. I was actually never allowed to work as a grocery clerk when I was 17 because they didn't think I was good enough. I didn't follow directions good enough, or I didn't have the skill set. I guess I wasn't smart enough for them. I don't even know, but pretty fun, But I didn't like that. I was obviously being paid minimum wage. Why would I get a raise in 3 years at that place? Because, obviously I'm not worth it to them. And I was just sick of working that job. And I looked at the managers. The managers were making around 60K a year, maybe 80K a year now. That was 5 years ago. And I kind of saw like they were working 50, 60 hours a week. A lot of them were working off the clock, all that stuff. But not a traditional office job per se, but I knew what the heights of that would have been if I stayed. And making $80,000 a year now, working 60 hours a week, seems like torture. Just like being completely honest, it sounded like complete torture to me and something that I don't think I deserved. I don't think that was something that could have helped me of where I wanted to be in my life. And definitely not for the goals I had in life, So it is definitely not something I knew there's better options. So let me kind of explain my plan of action, how I actually learned about wholesaling real estate, all this stuff. So a lot of you guys might not know this, but my dad was actually a real estate wholesaler. He's a pretty good real estate wholesaler back then too. He's been wholesaling since 2003. So he's got quite a lot of years under his belt. So that's I definitely did very well for himself. And he always had wholesaling checks on his desk, 20, 30, 40K. And very always impressive. And obviously I was never part of that business. Never knew if I was going to, I never expected to do real estate in my life. But at the end of the day, I was like, wow, like I'm so sick of my job. See him doing his checks. I'm like, hey, can you show me how to do wholesaling? And he basically said, hey, Zach, if you want to learn wholesaling, be legit, you got to do your deals by yourself. And then that's the best way to learn. I was like, you're just not going to show me? And he's like, no, do your own deals and get it done yourself. And I was like, oh, shoot. Okay. So I went to his library, read a bunch of real estate wholesaling books, all from 2004 and 3. So great, great knowledge back then. And at the end of the day, I pretty much learned with $300 in my bank account. I didn't have much options. And I feel like an old timer saying this. And I know y'all are going to roll your eyes, but it's like, I didn't know what a pre-foreclosure was. It literally took me a year into real estate wholesaling for me to even learn I didn't know what pre-foreclosure was until a year later. I didn't know about drawing for dollars. I didn't know about reverse drawing for dollars. I didn't even know about cold calling. I didn't know about virtual. Like I went on YouTube, searched wholesaling real estate. What do you think popped up? Like, why do you think, guys, I'm so against gurus and I hate gurus so much? Because I went to search how to find deals. Guess what those deals are? Just take a guess. Oh, get a deal by finding a seller. And they're like, but if you want to learn how to find a seller, here's my $4,000 mentorship program. And I was like, are you like every single real estate wholesaling video in like early 2016, 17 was just, it was all guru fest, right? Like there's no free knowledge out there. Like no one is giving out free game back then. And it sucks. And I didn't learn any knowledge from that. And basically I had to go to a real estate book from the 2003 that my dad paid $20 for. And it changed a lot for me. And basically I learned, hey, bandit signs, right? Like that was the only thing I could think of, right? And I spent all my money basically buying like 150-ish bandit signs. So if you guys are wondering why, again, I'm so against these gurus paying courses and things and buying courses, because I wasn't able to do that. And there's just no reason why you should too either when you got all this free knowledge. And that's why I do all these lives, because I just imagine like, hey, Zach, if I had a Zach Ginn back then who I could talk to one-on-one, oh my gosh, like that would have changed. Like, that would have changed the world for me. And I wanted to be that person that like Rick was to me, to you guys for free. And no one does that still, even to this day. No one will hop on one-on-one, talk to people. No one will give us free knowledge. And like, first of all, that's why I do what I do. I'm still the only one person, and hopefully in 10 years, knows more than me. But it's ridiculous. So I didn't have all that knowledge, right? That was my problem. So where's my course of action, right? Bandit signs. Those are the "We Buy Ugly Houses" type signs. And I actually have a picture of one of the first bandit sign batches I ever put out. So I will show you what that was. So that's always fun. But I basically had them print them at a local print shop. It's like $1.50, $2 with the stake on it too. So that was pretty good. Black on white, and that was it. So let me show you what it actually looks like. So this is the first batch of bandit signs ever put out. So this is probably a year after I got like a year into wholesaling. I graduated high school by then. And then I had people putting bandit signs out, and they just took pictures of the bandit sign just to prove that it was put out. But I had like some old ones laying out, and I had them use them. So this is what my first deal bandit sign looked like. Pretty simple, right? I had the guy do the graphic for me. But it said, "Sell your house fast, cash in 7 days." That was it. Like that's what the bandit sign looked like. Pretty cool, right? So that is what I did when I was starting out. It was kind of by a sidewalk. There was a street on the other end. Pretty good grass. I'm in Florida. No, nothing crazy, but this is what I had. Like that was it. So FYI, if you want a visualizer of me with my first deal, pretty fun. So here are my results on my first deal. So after about 2 days, I got 4 calls. I think I put them out on a Saturday because I had a high school wrestling tournament. And so I started putting them outside the high school on a Saturday, and that was always fun. I was all sweaty just putting it all out, but that's how I actually found out, where I just put them outside the high school wrestling tournament. And luckily for me, the stop signs outside the high schools were very busy points. No one's doing bandit signs, and it worked really well for me. So I got 4 calls in about 2 days, and I had about 2 tire kickers call me. They didn't really want to sell the property too much, so not really a good deal there, right? I had 1 decent lead, someone that kind of wanted to sell, but like they kind of backed out the last minute. Not really a big deal. And I had 1 desperate seller. And let me try to explain this desperate seller more or less. So trying to really like try to visualize like how I got this first deal. So you can kind of visualize it for yourself. But I was legitimately in my, so I was sitting there in my high school history class. I remember it so vividly. Um, great times. I think we're talking about Napoleon. But high school history class, okay? I'm sitting there, and I got 3 calls, and then this is like a Monday, okay? So I'm sitting there, I think around like 10, 11 a.m., and I'm sitting there, and then my phone's buzzing in my pocket. I'm like, it goes buzz, buzz. I'm like, So, I mean, obviously, y'all, most of you guys went through high school, and you know how boring it is. They're just like sitting there. And then I kind of like peek at my phone. I'm like, it says, and then it was my bandit sign number. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a bandit sign call. Oh my gosh, it's a bandit sign call. What do I do? And so I legit, like, I didn't know what to do. I was so excited, right? And so I had an iPhone. I was like, hello? And I legit during class, and the guy's like, you need to get out of here. And I got kicked out of class. And so I kind of put on mute while the guy was screaming at me. Oh, you can't do doing this in class, whatever. Get out of here. We're not doing this. So I get kicked out of class, grab my stuff, run out. And I'm like, hey, hold on a second. And then I go out there. I'm in the hallway talking to the seller. Okay. And he says these magic words. I'm walking out to my car so I can talk in the car. Hall monitors, administrators, if they saw you on the phone in the hallway, it's over, right? So always fun times. Very risky times I'm doing it. High school is really trying to help me out. So go to my car, and I'm talking to the seller. He's like, hey, I lost my job. I'm an engineer. I'm getting a new job out of state. I just need to sell this house. I need some work. I want to get rid of it. And I'm like, okay, well, what price do you want to sell it for? And he's like, well, just go meet me in the house. I'm like, okay. And so I decided to meet him at like 3 hours later. So like roughly 2 to 3 o'clock. legit, I have like 2 other classes. I'm like, screw it, right? So I go home, and my parents are like, why are you here? You got school, right? And I'm like, no, I got a deal, right? I'm gonna get a deal. So I run out, I saw a print out a contract, and I'm like, I'm running out of the contract in my hand. And then my dad, Rick, he's like, you can't get this deal. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let me go get this deal. He's like, no, you're not getting this deal. I'm like, why? He's like, you're 17, you're a minor, you legally can't sign a contract. I'm like, what? And I'm like, but I did all this. Like, I put the bandit signs. I spent all my money. I did. He's like, well, I need to go out with you and actually sign it for you because I'm over 18. You legally in Florida can't do this. I'm like, what? And so he basically said, hey, you know what? I know you're supposed to get a deal by yourself, but let me go out with you. Maybe I'll give you some authority because you got an older dude, right, with money that comes with me. And he's like, I'll sign it for you. You're doing all the talking. I'm like, fine. So we drive up to the deal. And he literally just said, the guy's just like, he says, oh, hey, he's just, hi, the kid. He's like, oh, he thinks funny. He's just like, shakes my dad's hand. And he's like, oh, so you're Zach, right? And he's like, no, this is Zach. And then my dad just goes mute. Like, the guy tries talking to my dad because obviously he thinks he's older. He's the guy. And then he's like, no, he's Zach. He's the guy you're talking to. I'm like, oh, geez. He's actually worse there without because he went mute on purpose for me. And so, talking to the guy, and we basically go in the appointment and visualize this. I mean, I think you all remember being 17 years old, how dumb. I'm just saying it, like how dumb and immature you were back then. I'm still dumb and immature now. I mean, talk to a guru. I'll always tell you that about me, but I didn't know anything about real estate. That's legitimately. I can swear to you guys, I didn't know anything about real estate. I didn't know what flooring looked nice. I couldn't tell you what a roof leak was. Like, I see a brown spot on the roof. I'm like, oh, it's a brown spot. Like, just think of like a 15, 16-year-old kid. Like, we don't know. Okay. I didn't know anything. And it was rough. Okay. Like this is my first month, like in anything. Like, this is my first month. Okay. Like they don't teach ARV on these YouTube. The gurus don't teach it. It's in their course, bro. It's in their dope course. And I'm like, what? And so I didn't know ARV. I didn't know any of this stuff, so I'm just literally walking in there and I'm like, and then luckily he's an engineer. He goes out. I'm not telling any like divine intervention came in, but he just told me everything wrong with the house and explained it to me. And I'm like, yeah, the roof is leaking. Yeah. He's like, yeah, there's some mold here. The spigot's leaking. I'm like, yeah, the spigot is leaking, huh? It's just funny, like how it all like worked out for me perfectly. I knew this. I had a false sense of confidence. I walked in there like I knew everything. I've been a contractor for 47 years, and I'm part of the union, and I know everything about real estate, right? And my oh my, like he just honestly, I'm just telling you straight up what happened. He just walked in, showed me what was wrong with the house. We kind of at the end of the kitchen, and I basically explained like, hey, how, like I this is the only thing I knew in real estate was from these books. At least generally everyone knows it. Just don't say the price first, right? It's pretty simple. Like most people know that. So at the end of the day, I'm just like, well, I don't know. We didn't talk about it over the phone, but like, how much do you want to sell the house for? I'm telling you right now, when I was having these conversations with the seller, there was a bunch of ums, buts. Like it sounded terrible, but it doesn't matter, right? Like I had the confidence and I just took the action. It was imperfect action, but I took it. And at the end of the day, I basically said, how much do you sell it for? And he said 60. I'm like, I in my heart, I dropped. My heart rarely drops. I'm a pretty chill dude. My heart like drops. And because I knew, so the Zestimate on there was $150,000. I didn't know ARVs. I didn't know comping, but I'm like, if the Zestimate's 150, I could sell to someone for at least half of the Zestimate, right? Like that's how my brain was. A 17-year-old kid, right? Doesn't know anything, right? I could sell for at least the Zestimate. And this is 2017. Zestimates were pretty spot on. They weren't like stupid high. It's crazy how this all happened, but basically I said, I don't know if I can do 60. I mean, can you do 50? I sound like an idiot doing it. And he's like, well, what about 55? I'm like, deal. 55. And then basically had him sign the contract. I had my dad sign on the dotted line. You think I did an EMD? Zero EMD. I had no money, right? And basically put the property under contract. So basically how it worked, more or less, seller went to sell for 60, locked up for 55, sold for 80 to a cash buyer. And now everyone, you can make fun of me, whatever I want. Guess who the cash buyer on the deal was? It was Rick. And he basically bought the property from me for 80. So left me 25K profit. He later sold the deal for 125,000 and he made a lot more money on the deal than me. But hey, no big deal, right? I think I got a percentage of that profit too, but like it was a good deal for him. That's all I can tell you. Okay. And ended up doing pretty well. We both made money on the deal and I didn't really know how to do cash buyer. So I think it worked out well. Now, y'all can go make fun of me, whatever you want on it, but like I made money, he made money. A cash buyer would have paid 80 for it. Just it made it pretty simple. And he technically already did the walkthrough on it. So pretty fun, you know. It just is very fun. So at the end of the day, I spent that $25,000. I basically bought 1,000 more bandit signs and I did around 5 more deals. So I did about 6 deals in 6 months, my first 6 months before I graduated high school. And at the end of the day, made about 100K before I graduated high school, 18 years old, and changed my life forever. You know, just started scaling up the bandit signs from there and, you know, kind of the rest is history, right? Went out to college, did my virtual wholesaling by myself, eventually came back and like doing wholesaling, but I was still living with my parents. So I was like, well, why don't we just work together? And we kind of, me and my dad partnered up and now we run the largest real estate wholesaling industry, real estate operation out here. And, you know, the rest is history. So pretty fun. Always fun doing this, but lessons learned. Let me explain the biggest lessons I learned with this. Things that you can have a takeaway from this. That is my story. You know, like I stick to it. You know, that's generally like that's what happened, right? So the deal worked out very well for me. I ended up quitting my bag boy job, my second deal. Once I got the second deal under contract, I was able, okay, this stuff's legit, right? And I quit my job. And that was probably one of the most satisfying feelings I ever had in my life. Oh, that was great. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, but like I've done 3, 4, 5, like I would say my first $600,000 plus deals combined on closing day doesn't even combine the feeling of me getting that resignation sheet at the grocery store and quitting. Like that was the best feeling in the world. And I knew my life was pretty much, I knew what I wanted to do from that first deal I ever did. And it was fun, man. I was working like 7, 8 hours a week doing this. Like it wasn't 39 hours a week. So I was like, I work less, I make more money and actually enjoy what I do. And that basically, it created an insane passion and burning drive I have for this business that me and Rick have. It's hard to find. There's very few people that have a love for this business, as me and Rick do. Like I teach wholesaling. I do YouTube on wholesaling. Like, guys, I was the same passionate of this business when I had 15 subscribers, 30 subscribers than I did, you know, now. I just love this. Like, guys, look at my earliest videos. I'm just excited showing you deals just because I love documenting the journey. I love talking about wholesaling. There's no person crazy enough to go live 4 days a week talking about wholesaling real estate, do as many videos as they do. And we don't get paid to do them just because I love this business. And the reason why, to be honest, like why I do these videos, why like I teach all this stuff, because I teach you guys how to do wholesaling. Sometimes you send me more deals. I do more real estate wholesaling deals. Wholesaling real estate's my drug. And if I teach you guys how to wholesale, then you can send me deals and then I can do more of what I love, which is wholesaling. So let me break down my top lessons I learned in this. So number one, I think this is the biggest one and very cliche, but if you could do it, if I could do it, you could do it. I know a lot of people like look up to Michael Jordan and he's great, you know, LeBron James. And LeBron's like, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm like, LeBron, I ain't 6'8", okay? Okay, buddy. I mean, I can't do what you do, buddy. Okay, you're 6'8". Michael Jordan, 6'4". I mean, those guys definitely put a lot of work out there, but I mean, at 6'1", I can be like a Trae Young type guy, I guess. But like, I'm not going to be able to dunk like those guys. So it's really cool because just an average Joe type guy like me at 17 was able to get his first couple of deals. You can easily get your first. Like there's There's no doubt in my mind you can. Um, there's no doubt in my mind you can't. And today's market, there's way more opportunities for marketing. There's so many opportunities to go out here and actually start wholesaling. Easier to find buyers. The education I provide, like free wholesaling content, it's all there. I kind of learned it the hard way. Virtual wholesaling, all the stuff, all these guys. If I got a live recording of me closing a virtual deal when I started out in virtual, I would have been 10 steps ahead. And it just took me so long to do it. And it's really a blessing that, I mean, we released a free thing I did when I was 19 of me closing a deal yesterday. So at the end of the day, we break it all down, right? And the last thing I think I want to tell you guys is everyone's on their own journey. And I think that's something you got to understand. I got my first deal in under a month, right? Yeah, I made all this money under a year. Don't feel like you have to do the exact thing. A lot of people that make more money than me in wholesaling, they didn't get their first deal like 8 months in, right? Everyone's on a different pace in their life. Only compare yourself. The only thing you'd ever you should compare is the person you were yesterday. Financially, spiritually, emotionally, like the type of person you are. That's who you should judge yourself for. Don't judge yourself on the comparison of other people. Comparison is the thief of joy. You will only derive stress, anger, emotion from comparing your success with someone else. And that's it, guys. I figured out you got to stay humble. The one thing I did learn about making all this money as an 18-year-old kid is I pretty much stayed humble with it. I was so humbled by working a job like that. I had to stay humble with it. If I was that kid that was getting all flashy, buying all the jewelry, the watches, everyone makes fun. I wear 2 gold chains. I've worn the same gold chains since I was 14 years old. And they have representation for me ever since I was 14. That personal, I'm not going to break that down, but I've worn the same thing basically since I was 14. Maybe I got a little nicer car, maybe a little, everyone brags, oh, Zach, what car you got? Guys, I got a truck. And I've explained that yesterday. Like, I have a truck because I flip houses, but I'm able to live the life of my dreams. I could say I live very, very comfortably. So that's one thing that's cool. And the last thing here is the more deals you do, the easier it becomes to do deals, especially from scratch. What I mean by this is it's kind of a false reality if you really think about it, but it's the honest truth that it's cliche, but hear me out in the statement. The more deals you do, the easier it is to wholesale real estate. And why is this? A couple theories on it. One, which I figured out pretty quick, was once I got my second deal, 3, 4, 5, 6 happened so much easier. Was it because I had more money for marketing? Is because I did this? No, pretty much the same amount, 50 banner signs out in a weekend. What was it? I gained more confidence. I knew the entire process and I proved to myself I could actually do this, which meant I was more confident in my process, which means I was able to take more action, do more, basically execute more on my plan and my vision. And at the end of the day, your success in wholesaling real estate basically comes down to devising a plan of action and consistently taking imperfect action to do that plan. And that's why I do my 90-day wholesaling challenge for you guys. That's why we got a 30-day wholesaling challenge coming out in June. It's not about being like the greatest closer of all time. It's just consistently taking that action and doing as much marketing as you can. It's going to be the key. So the more deals you do, the easier. So like if you stop me from going actually out here, like you took all my money and I have to go do a deal, I get a deal done probably under a month easily with like no money, right? You throw me in the middle of a regular market, this would be too easy. But you throw me in Ohio, like just in Columbus, I'll get a deal under probably. I would get a deal locked up within a week. You gave me $0. And the truth is it the money? So if I can do that, I would say my first year, if you gave me $0, I started from nothing. I could probably make about $500,000. And then once I get systems in place, I can scale it up. But like, why can I do that within under a year and most people can't, right? It's the knowledge I have in my head, right? It's the confidence I have. I know the process. I talk to sellers, all this stuff. It makes it easier. So it's never about the money. That's the end of the day. So if I can really hammer something home to you guys about wholesaling real estate in my journey is in the real estate industry, and I'll fight, debate, whatever, anyone in this, this is why I love wholesaling. This is why wholesaling is a special place in my heart. That's why I give everything out for free. This is why I believe that every single person should learn wholesaling real estate that wants to gain financial freedom. It is, at the end of the day, there's not one other side hustle business, whatever you want to call it, that could make you all this money with any experience, no discrimination, anything. So wholesaling real estate is the fastest way to legally make $1 million in under a year at any age. And the coolest part about wholesaling real estate is wholesaling real estate does not discriminate. It is the only industry in real estate that does not discriminate. And think about that for a second. If I want to become a realtor at 16 years old, nope, wouldn't let me, right? I can't do that. I want to be a mortgage broker, wouldn't let me, right? No high school diploma. Want to be a realtor? No, you have to have a high school diploma. So your education has to be there. I was 17 and I have a high school diploma, right? Your age, your gender, your height, like you could get discriminated anywhere else. And I know plenty of people that can give light on this, but real estate wholesaling is by far the only industry in real estate that does not discriminate. It is a free market enterprise type, basically system. And the coolest part about a market is a free market does not discriminate on any basis, like on anything. It doesn't care what you look like. It doesn't care how tall you are. You're in a wheelchair. You're blind. It doesn't matter. The only thing a free market will discriminate is if you can provide a good or service for the right price, or if you can find the right price to sell a property for, right? The free market to a point is a contract, right? And real estate investors, cash buyers don't care about you. They care about the contract. So if you can get a property at a discount, you're not going to get discriminated against. It's all numbers, right? And that's the cool part about it. And in real estate wholesaling, when I look at the success, you're not getting discriminated from there. Like the only thing you discriminate is how much work and effort you're going to put in. You can put in 1,000 people to start wholesaling real estate. It is 100% of the time. The ones that start doing deals, if I separate the ones that do deals, so if 1,000 people get into wholesaling real estate and 200 of them get a deal within a month and 800 don't, to a T, you can figure this out really quick. The ones that got the deal, they had a plan, they executed it, and they never made excuses, and they consistently marketed. The ones that didn't, 9 times out of 10 didn't do it. And I've gone through so many cycles of people starting out in real estate wholesaling and then quitting and then starting, then quitting, and then people starting and doing deals, people starting not doing deals. I've been through this cycle for 5+ years seeing it. And every single time, the ones that have been successful and done it, they were never perfect. They might not get their first deal within 6 months. But the coolest part about it is the ones that eventually became very, very successful, never quit. They never surrendered. They just always consistently took action, and they never stopped marketing. And that's the coolest part. So no, it doesn't matter anything like in wholesaling real estate. You'd be a broke high schooler like me and do it. I didn't stop. I didn't quit my marketing, and I had success. So at the end of the day, guys, think about where you want to be in your life and why you want to do it. Have that why, because that why will push you. Just think about, like, you have a duty right now to go out here and get your first deal and start marketing. So if, for example, if your mom's house is not paid for fully, if she has a mortgage, it's your duty out here to go pay off that house. All right. Go provide for your kids, your family, your wife, your husband. Guys, real estate wholesaling will provide that for you. But you only get what you ask for. And that is the truth. So if you ask to make 100,000 in wholesaling and you do the effort to make 100,000, that's what you'll get. If you want to make $1 million, in wholesaling real estate in under a year, you're going to have to do what it takes to do that. But it is a limiting belief in your head that, like, you can only make 100K in wholesaling. It is. Like, you can easily crush that, right? And you got to understand your why. And every single person on here should have a why, even if it's just to make a bunch of money to flex on people. Okay. I don't care. It's still a why. And that why has pushed me. I'm kind of stubborn to a point, and that's why I do what I do. So at the end of the day, it's like, I always visualized, quitting that job, and that helped me that first thing. And then now, I have more goals. I have more whys of what I do for things. It gets a little harder, I would say, for wholesaling real estate now for me, of just like a why of like, my mom's taken care of, make a ton of money. I don't have to work anymore. I got enough passive income with the wholesaling money coming in. But now I'm at a point where I'm just going to flex on these gurus, put them all out of business, change the business, like change the way it's being taught, because we're going to have a fun time tomorrow. It's going to be a fun live with Rick. But I see a lot of things changing the wholesaling real estate business where stuff's about to change, and it's going to be fun. So guys, as you know, I'm always going to teach this business for free. I don't care what happens. The coolest part about this is, let's say there's an economic crash, GDP goes down, whatever, and no one wants to pay guru money anymore to buy a course. I'm not going to quit wholesaling. The coaches are the ones that run away, right? They skedaddle. They leave the industry. I do it for free. I make enough money wholesaling. And I know a lot of people have been freaked out lately of, interest rates going up. It's going to go with the market. We'll explain it like tomorrow a little more. But first off, I can tell you is Rick has made more money during the real estate downturn than he's ever had during an upturn. And I honestly could tell you right now, there's not one person on YouTube with over 10,000 subscribers that has made money during a downturn. 2005 to 2007 to 2011, no one's made more money than Rick in on this. And we are going to be the ones teaching you it for free. So if you think you're going to go talk to someone who started real estate wholesaling in 2015, 2017, like me, to teach you how to do real estate during a hard market, hard times with higher interest rates, you're screwed, guys. Okay, I'm telling you straight up. So I think that's the biggest value we're going to have during these craziest times is you've only been taught real estate wholesaling from a guru who's only known a market that's gone up. And you kind of saw the chart I did yesterday of how to make money during when a market goes down, sideways, whatever ways. Why don't you talk to a guy that's Rick tomorrow, who has who's made millions of dollars during market crashes in wholesaling real estate, creative finance, all of it. And we're going to teach it all for free. Legitimately, I'm going to say this in the sweetest way possible. I'm probably going to make more money in wholesaling the next 2 years if real estate goes down than I will in the past 3 years. I'll make more money in the next year or two when real estate's going down than I will probably the last 5 years of my life. And there's so many more opportunities. Even if 10% of my competition goes away in Port St. Lucie, which it will, the amount of money is disgusting. And we got a lot of cash on the sidelines ready to go and deploying it for more creative stuff and wholesaling real estate. So we're excited, guys. So we're always here, guys. I wanted to address that really quick. I wanted to hold your hand. I've already told you got me here for probably the next 85 years. So I'm not going away, and I'm going to teach this business for real. I keep it 100. I'm not a dirty, stinking guru, and I'm ready to go. I'm not going to fake it with you guys. I'm going to tell it straight. So, guys, at the end of the day, that's how I got my first deal. How to get your first deal. Let's talk to you guys one-on-one and kind of break down exactly how I feel like the best plan of action for you and really break it down all for it. But again, guys, smash the like button and subscribe. Appreciate everyone on here. And get a quick question here from Corey, and then we'll get into some one-on-one calls too. Guys, go to the pinned comment up below. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, you have to be in the Wholesaling Houses for Real Mastermind. And that mastermind is basically everyone in that mastermind gets to talk to me one-on-one and get it from there. Everyone asks, Zach, why do I have to go through the mastermind and get the link to talk to me one-on-one? Because my lawyer makes me do that. So you have to agree to disclosures and all that fun stuff if you're in the Facebook group mastermind, which lets me able to talk to you guys one-on-one without crazy, stupid lawyer jazz. So let's break it down, guys. So let's see here. Corey says, Zach, I'm dealing with a seller currently that's no matter what closing technique I try and tells me just to make an offer. And they will not give a price. Should I go for it or not? Corey, go in person and give them a low ball offer. That's probably going to be your best thing. So Jamarcus, what's up, bro? What's the link for the mastermind? Help you out. Jamarcus is on Facebook, so he's close. Jamarcus, if you're on Facebook, just go to search in the comments. Go to the search bar, search wholesaling houses for real. Okay. Wholesaling houses for real. and let me know if you can go in there. Search Wholesaling Houses for Sale on Facebook. Is the largest wholesaling real estate group by active members. And let me show you really quick. Let me post a link and just show you really quick before we get into it. But I appreciate it, guys. Wholesaling Houses for Sale on Facebook, the largest Facebook group in the country. So I just posted in the comments. Let me share my screen, show you guys really quick. So how do you hop on here and deal with it? So you go here to Wholesaling House for Real. I think you guys can see me. This is it. And pretty nice, right? So I just let a bunch of people in the group. So be pretty cool. We get around 1,700 people a week hopping on. So that's almost 6,000 people a month that, no, 17 times. I don't know even what that is. I'm doing monkey math today. That's close to 6,800 people a month hopping on the mastermind, which pretty cool. It's insane. But basically what I do on the featured, on the pinned tab right here, you got me going live right here. Look at that. Look at that handsome face. So go here to featured. I shared a link 4 hours ago. Hop today, talk to me one-on-one. I click that. Here's the YouTube. But click link to join. I click here, click StreamYard, and you hop on, talk to me one-on-one. I've even put it in the comments here just so you wouldn't have to miss it. So hopefully we see Jose, who if he says he wants to get his first deal, he's got to talk to me one-on-one, so I'd help him out, right? And that's basically how you do it, and we'll break it down. So let's talk with everyone today on how to get their first deal. Any other questions you have for wholesaling? And ready to go. Everyone asking on here, just go to Flip with Rick or Zach Ginn in the bio and go to the description on there, and it should have the link to the mastermind on there for free. So without further ado, let's break it down. So hello. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Welcome. What's up? I remember you last week. What's going on?
Exactly. So I still got some properties in Jacksonville, Illinois. I got one under contract and I got a cash buyer that's interested. It's a local guy who does rentals out there. So he buys properties a lot. So he's going to go out there Friday. And hopefully, he likes it, he accepts it, and then I might have a deal in Jacksonville, Illinois, and then I actually just sent out a contract for a guy in Jacksonville, Florida, where I actually wanted to be, and he seemed really interested. He's gonna sign the contract, and I have a hedge fund out there. So the only thing is he wants 5,000 EMD. And our hedge fund usually does 2,500. So I'm gonna see if they don't mind bumping it up, and then hopefully that'll go through. But hedge funds usually take about 30 days. It's not as quick of a close as if you had a private cash buyer.
They pay more though. So
yeah, right. So look, I have one closed deal under my belt, and I only made $1,000 off of it. So I'm ready to close a 10, 15, 20 grand deal. And I actually got this guy, I got it at 300, and like their max on their boxes, they like to be between 110 and 350, but they'll pay up to like 400. So I'm hoping I can make a cool little 15, maybe even 20 off of this.
How far are you from Jacksonville, from your house?
From my house, I'm in Ohio. So we're going to say 2,000 miles.
Yeah. So how are you doing this walkthrough effectively? Like, have you talked to the cash buyer about it?
The hedge fund, actually, what they do is they have you fill out
the hedge
the whole
fund's buying this one.
Yeah, the hedge fund is buying the Jacksonville, Florida one.
No, I'm talking about
the cash buyer. He's just gonna go by. He's gonna go by. He's gonna go in. But I already have them under contract. So if there's
you already signed a assignment.
Exactly. I already have the house under assignment.
Wow. Sight on scene.
Holy hey. Exactly. I mean, I wanted that done before he walked in, clearly. So
smart.
Exactly. So that's how I kind of cover my bases on that. I'm much closer to Illinois, but I'm just not mobile right now.
Yeah, I get it.
I wouldn't mind even taking that drive up there because I like being on the road, but I just don't have my car right now. So
I get it.
After this deal, I can get one.
Beautiful. So I honestly, just make sure I mean, if you already signed it, just make sure he just explains he's a partner for you. I think you're going to be fine.
That's what I said.
If you can trust him, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I told the sellers that he was my partner.
Okay,
And he knows
beautiful.
they're the sellers. So I'm hoping that should kind of just keep it. And he's buys properties in that area. So I'm hoping he just kind of is a stand-up guy where he's gonna try to go around. But like I said, either way, I have them under contract just in
That,
case that was gonna
that's
try and be
good.
the case.
I mean, you always, it's hard to always trust someone, but like in this
Oh,
situation, you sort of have to. So,
yeah.
I honestly, I won't really change it. What's the assignment on that one? Or is that still the 15?
No, that one's gonna be about 8 grand.
Wow.
I got it on a contract for 82 and I'm gonna sell for 90.
That's beautiful. I mean,
Hey
you
man,
already know the play on this
when
one.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying. Hopefully next week I'll be dancing in here. Yeah. So
You'll be dancing. All right. I mean, you already know the plan from there, right? Like you saw what, like just got to scale up from there. And
yeah.
so I honestly, I think you should, I think if you're doing deals in those markets, I mean, you just keep hitting it up. So I think you
Yeah.
just keep scaling. I think it's beautiful, right? I just keep up what's working. That's awesome though. So you got two, which is good.
Two. Yeah. I,
And
I
so
actually I have a couple other leads. One other in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm trying to talk to her. It's a realtor lady um who wants to sell her house. She's gonna put it on the market in like a week. I asked her if I made an offer that she couldn't refuse, if she would uh be willing to take an offer beforehand, and she said yes. And this is also for a hedge fund, so I went ahead and gave her a full asking price because it's also still in the range that they offer. So for that one, I'm also going to be looking for backups just in case, just because she's a little high, and I just want to have like some cover on that.
yeah. And how long have you been wholesaling for?
I started studying it last year, but I got caught up in trading and didn't really follow through. So I told myself beginning of this year, January, that I was gonna really start taking it serious. And my original goal was to close my first deal by March 31st, and I did. I closed it by March 22nd. Like I said, it was only $1,000, so I could only celebrate for a little bit. But yeah, I'm trying to get that second one, and it's been over a month since then. So the second one is proven a little bit more difficult, but I feel like I'm so much smarter about how I'm getting properties under contract that I think I'm putting myself on a better foot.
Beautiful. I mean, you already got it all done. So how much of EMD is the one in Illinois? The guy put down?
I'll probably just put 2,500. That's just what
He
I
did?
usually do.
Him.
Him, no, he hasn't signed the buyer's contract yet.
So the buyer hasn't signed the assignment yet.
No, not the buyer, but the seller.
Explain. Has the seller, wait, the seller in Jacksonville, Illinois has signed a PSA, right? A purchase and sale.
Exactly, with me.
It has the cash buyer that's walking through. Has he signed an assignment?
He has not. He
Okay.
just said that he was interested in it. He drove by it, and then he said he
Got it.
actually wanted to go inside. So
Okay.
I felt like that was a reasonable answer. So I was like, okay, and plus there's nothing I could really do. I couldn't be like, well, sign now,
Okay.
So trying to go with that. I have a couple of backups for that one as well, just because I was doing a ton of research for that area because I was just like, who is actually out here buying properties? But he's been the best one that I found thus far. He actually has like a whole company, has maybe like 90 rental properties out there. So he's probably their biggest buyer out there.
Okay. I mean, if he's trustworthy enough, has he committed to a price yet before walking through?
90. And
All right. I
that's
mean,
what
hey, you've watched enough of my stuff. You know what to do.
I'm trying, man. Like I said, I still only came across you like a month ago, man. If I would have found you in January, I'd probably be much further now. So that's why I'm just trying to tap in, make sure that I'm able to be on these 101s, because you're right to ask somebody, just a question to get 5 minutes of their time. They want to charge you like 5 grand. You know what I'm saying? If I had 5 grand, I'd be putting that into my business. I wouldn't be calling anybody for questions. So
Yeah.
I appreciate this so much. Just being able to talk to somebody who has the experience that you have, to be like, hey, can you look at this? Does this sound all right? Does this sound legit? I appreciate that. I learned so much. I'm soaking everything in.
I'm telling you right now, that's what the one thing I figured out. It's just like I've said, it's easier once you get those 2 deals done. It'd be easier to get 3 deals and then 4, and then 5. It just because you're more knowledgeable in the process. So
Exactly.
go out
If
there.
I knew back then what I even know now, I feel
Yeah.
like I'd be further along. So yeah.
Yeah,
And then I'm excited. I'm gonna be in your June challenge. So hopefully that's the third
you're
or
not
fourth.
winning anything.
No, I ain't gonna win anything.
You're not winning anything, okay?
But I still want to go through it, y'all. I still want to be a part of the challenge.
Go cry with your with your $23,000 in assignment fees, okay? Go cry with that.
I will give somebody on the strength of it a year of PropStream if I'm there, yo. If I got an assignment fee after you do it, I'll do it too. I'll just throw in the money for you, yo.
You got to bless yourself. I'm already doing it, so don't worry. I bless yourself first.
Yes.
Reinvest in your business, and then get to a point where you can bless other people. So right now you got to scale it. Like you got your goals, so go after it. And you got it. I love it though. You're taking action, and then that's what I found the people that do well and they take the action. So stay consistent. Trust that cash buyer to a point, but still have a backup plan if they try to implode everything, obviously. But you got this. So see you next week.
Yes.
And just let me know. And obviously, I'm here on Thursdays. Probably hop on Rick if I have an emergency. And always here to help.
Awesome. I appreciate you, Zach. For real, man.
Appreciate you.
You're awesome.
Love it. Thanks. Good luck. Home. Awesome. So, guys, you're seeing people. They're doing deals. They're taking action. You don't have to buy a $10,000 guru course to learn this business and start doing deals. You just have to take action. And that is the key, guys. And telling you, it is life-changing here. This business has changed my life. I'm here, change yours. So who we got here? We got, hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. Is it Kale?
Yeah.
Kale?
Yeah, not Kaylee.
Cool. No, I know. The only Kale I'd ever known was Kale Sanders. Kale Sanderson? The wrestling guy. But
yeah, few and far between for sure.
Cool, man. Yeah, Kale Sanderson. All right. What's up, man? How can I help you out become a better wholesaler today?
So I just looking for advice on. So I live in Phoenix currently, and obviously it's a tough market, lots of competition. And I was looking for either to virtual wholesale, and like I had asked you yesterday if Kansas City is a good market, and then or I can go down to Tucson. So just trying to figure out what you think about that.
Tucson's decent, man. Honestly, what I could tell you is I would test some stuff out and just see. Tucson's still not an easy market. There's a lot of people still in Tucson. I really like the Southeast just because generally people are nicer. Prices are a lot lower. And just it's pretty simple. What's the median price in Tucson?
Probably like 400. I don't know, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know why 311. Well, for example, you can go.
I know it's definitely cheaper than Phoenix.
Knoxville still looks, holy moly. I mean, you can do Knoxville too, but like Tucson's got some cheap properties. I always do the 50-50 approach, but I mean, obviously you're in Phoenix, so I'd probably still avoid that. You could just do even like, that's like a guy from Yuma. You can even try Yuma, like even if you want to go crazy, like in person. But I would try a couple markets and then just do like half your efforts in marketing on that market and then half your efforts on this market, and then see which one's giving you best results on like government lists, and then attack what's working.
Yeah, because I got government lists, tax delinquencies in Kansas City. I already pulled that just while I was trying to figure out what I want to do. So like what for virtual wholesaling, which market do you think I should just go in on? Because I don't really care where it is, just the one that you think is best.
50-50. I'm not going to say it on here because if I say it, then everyone's going to do it, right? I can tell you I found a lot of success my first virtual wholesaling deals in Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, and then Virginia. And then obviously Georgia's decent in Attorney State. But I mean, that's still very good. Not really Mississippi, Alabama. Not really a big fan of that. I know our boy JoJo is killing it in Alabama. So, dude, I'm telling you, right, the Southeast is just, I think prices are so low. It's very attractive, and especially when interest rates are going up like they are currently in this climate, you
Yeah.
got to understand that the higher price points struggle, but that means the lower price points still do very well. So what I mean by this is, let's do Port St. Lucie, for example, my local market, right? Houses that are above the median, over 400K, are going to start struggling because interest rates are going up. But houses that are 250, very attractive still. And people moving from California, they're still going to buy the cheaper stuff. So I would stay to a attractive price point still. So nothing above 400 a median. And then I'd be going after properties worth 100, 150, 200. Generally, that's what I'm probably be looking closer towards.
Okay, cool.
So you just look around, man. Like you can do a big spreadsheet, search on Zillow, different markets. I would stick to the Southeast unless you want to go to the Midwest, which are really good. Ohio is a really good one too. But like that's gets saturated also. Yeah, my favorite Midwest is still Ohio. Just you get property in a contract for 50K still. Wayne County, even Detroit's still amazing. I still do deals in Detroit. So
Yeah.
you just gotta look it up yourself.
Okay. And another
I
question
just
I
don't want to
had.
tell you, man. I don't want to go say I have a bunch of secret markets that I still do. I don't say it because population is 20,000. And I don't want 100,000 wholesalers going in there, right?
Yeah, I
So
get it.
the best one you're going to find, bro, is you find like a secret market, which you can do your own independent research and you're going to do really well. I'll give you one. I've done some deals in Indiana and kind of that Fort Wayne area in that general vicinity. There's a couple cities with like 15, 20,000 people, very low price points, killer.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not even just like, I'll just give you the general direct, like no wholesaling influencer talks about it. And you do a lot of deals there. So that's all I can tell you.
That's fair.
All right,
And
man.
yeah, one more quick question about earnest money. Would you recommend, or do you think it would be smart to have the end cash buyer put the earnest money and you as a wholesaler put zero?
Nope. Go through
Why?
realwholesaling.com. I always recommend $100, $100.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a pretty small amount of money. And I would always keep $100. If I had $100 starting out in wholesaling, I would keep 100 for EMD. It legally protects you in the deal. It more or less shows you do have a quote unquote intent of buying to a point. I'm not a lawyer, financial advisor, any of this stuff, but it gives you a lot more. First of all, it gives you that quote unquote skin in the game per se, but it gives you more of a right and leverage over the seller if they want to back out.
Okay.
I would always prefer doing 100 EMD. Now, I didn't do EMD when I started out. Obviously, I was a young, dumb kid, but I would do $100. I'm just $100. And you're going to get that money back, man. So I don't think it's that bad. Just going one less night, you'll be fine.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for your help.
All right, man. Let me know if you got any help. Always here to help.
All right.
Thanks, bro. All right. Next here we got hello?
What's up, man?
Ray, how are you?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm blessed, man. Every day above ground's an amazing day.
So I've just kind of been watching. I've seen your videos on like TikTok and stuff, and I've just known about wholesaling for about a year now and never really got into it. But now, after watching your videos and seeing a little bit of your course, I'm like, man, you just make it sound so easy.
I know, man. Like TikTok's weird, dude, because I only got 15 seconds to explain things. So
Right.
like I'm completely different in real life because I'm right here I'll explain it for hours and just like at the end of the day, man, like I make it seem very easy. But wholesaling, what market are you in?
I'm in Michigan right now.
We're in Michigan.
Grand Rapids area.
Oh my god, man. Kill me, bro. All right, Ray. I'm going to release an interview I think in a month.
Okay.
Of some people. They were in the Facebook group. They're actually in Grand Rapids. They made 100K in 2 months, I'm pretty sure. More or less. in Grand Rapids. And I'm not going to tell them marketing any of this stuff, right? Like, I don't want to get in their business, but I want to protect them to a point. But like, dude, that's a great market, man.
You know,
You're
I
in a
was kind of thinking
good
about
market.
that when you said Detroit to the last guy. I was like, man, I wonder if West Side Michigan is good.
Dude,
'Cause-
it is killer, man. I don't want to talk about it too much because
right.
I don't want the floodgates to come in there. But in person, dude, you are good. You know, grass is
Okay,
starting to grow
I've
back.
lived here my whole life, so like I'm honestly ready to take action on this.
Number one thing you need to do, Ray, is you got to go to the RIA there.
Go to what?
The RIA. They're called Real Estate Investing Association groups.
Okay.
There's one in Grand Rapids. Worth it.
All right.
Everyone's going to pitch you a course to go in there like, oh, yeah, I'll teach you in this course, whatever. Don't do it. It's not worth it. The guy's not going to tell you what legit works because he's still scared in his market. I've talked to plenty of people in Grand Rapids, man. It is a great market, dude. So
Awesome.
the
good to hear.
general stuff works good. And it's cheap, dude. Okay, so you're fine. So what I can tell you is it's a complicated wholesaling is as complicated as you want it to be.
Right.
So I'll explain the process very simply. First of all, hey, you find someone who wants to sell a house, usually an ugly looking house, right? You can drive for dollars, walk for dollars, do whatever you want, go to pre-foreclosures, like anything. You go talk to the person, skip trace them, truepeoplesearch.com, meet them at the house, write up an agreement to buy it, a contract, then sell to a cash buyer, usually probably at that RIA, right? For a profit. You sign the contract, you sell it, use a title company, right? That's it.
All right.
And so, like, it seems complicated. I get it.
Yeah, I'm
but
really not trying to overthink it.
you don't, dude. Once you start overthinking it, that's where you mess up. So,
Yeah.
What's step one here, man, for wholesaling?
Step one is driving for dollars.
Just finding an ugly house, right?
Right.
You don't have to drive. Like, you can just call a code violation list, right? You can call just any probate, right? Like, if you find a list and you just go and start calling, like, you just got to start going out there, right? And taking action. You're going to do better than you not going out here and taking action, right?
Right.
So that's honestly what I could tell you is going out here and just take the action. So figure out what's working in that market and just start doing it. Just try driving for dollars, try pulling a government list, just anything. And then just start talking to sellers. And you're gonna do well, man. Like, you just keep it up, you're gonna hit it and you're gonna figure out what's working and what's not. And just go as you can, man, because that RIA is gonna help you out. Everyone's gonna help you out. Like, the title company's already set up there. It'll work out, bro. Like, you're complicating it, and that's okay. I get it. But as long as you got the EMD, you're gonna be fine. And that's gonna help.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to working 7 days a week in my job, man.
I feel it, man. I feel you, dude. So I'm telling you, yeah. So that's it, man. Like, hey,
I'm ready.
People think I'm weird on TikTok. I'm like, hey, I'll just teach you for free, and everyone's like, that's a scam. And then
That's I thought that at first, but then I watched some of your videos. I'm like, this dude's legit. Like,
hey, am I talking to you for free?
yeah.
So I mean, hey, it's the people that think it's a scam, it's their loss, right? So
Yeah. Yep. I agree there.
So sometimes you got to take a chance and believe people. So appreciate it, man. I mean, your goal here is just take that imperfect action.
All right.
Even the yellow sticky notes, like if you're working a job and you don't want to talk to like someone actively, just do that, right?
All right.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
No worries, man. Let me know if you need any more help. Always here to help. See you next week. Let me know what you did.
All right. Have a good one.
You need to make a goal for yourself, though. All right.
All right. I'm gonna write out a plan probably tonight.
All right. I need you to at least talk to 10 people by next week, even if they're Zillow for sale by owner. Okay.
Okay.
You need to talk to 10 people and ask them if they're looking to sell their house.
All right. I will do.
Nothing crazy. How many people?
10 people.
Just talk to 10 people and just ask them if they want to sell their house. Family doesn't count.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. Thanks.
That's it. All right. See you, man. Don't complicate it. Just do it.
Gotcha.
All right. See you, man. Awesome. Guys, I know a lot of you guys are complicating it. We got a lot of people from TikTok coming on trying to learn. They all think I'm a scam. Everyone thinks I'm a scam, you know. I'll teach you wholesaling for free. They're like, no way, that's a scam. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. Like, freewholesaling.com, right? Kyra's got it, but like, you're lost, bro. Cody,
Hey, how's it going?
what's up? I'm
I'm
blessed,
also
man. How are
Michigan.
you? Nice to meet you.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, loud and clear.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I was actually looking at Grand Rapids too. That's not too far from where I live, but I live in a tourist town called Traverse City. Have you heard of it?
Where?
Traverse City.
Spell it for me. Hello? Spell it for me.
Traverse City.
Where in the world are you guys living? All right. Oh, okay. Traverse City.
Yeah.
All right. Grand Traverse County. All right. Hey, okay. That population's not bad, man.
But the housing is it averages 350, like 450 downtown if you have a house downtown. So I'm looking around and I'm like, I don't know if because we get a lot of tourists here. Like I think it's hard to say how many, but a lot of people come here and then they disappear for half the year. So like one of the questions I had in mind was like, when we're looking at vacant houses, how do we know if it's a seasonal home or not?
Yeah. So it seems like the medians are 400, which is really high for Michigan. Because Michigan's average is like 200K.
Yeah.
So your question, see if it's like a vacant house or not?
Well, when you're looking at the vacant list, like how do you just determine whether or not it's vacant because it's a vacation home or it's vacant because for other reasons? You know what I mean?
So when I pull a vacant list on PropStream, I just make sure they only own one house, or they own like two to a point, or if it's out of state, right? You can't guarantee it, and that's the thing. Generally, people who own vacation homes like own pretty good amount of real estate. Like their vacation home and their primary house is over $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
So most people's vacation house isn't like $150,000 2-1 shack, right? And then you can tell if it is quote unquote used to be a rental, something like that, or a probate. Generally, like that's fine. Most of it's inherited, something like that. That's sort of how I figure it out. If it's a low enough value, most of the time it's not a vacation home.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Is there like a specific amount or type of lien that's better than another one, like priority wise?
So where you're at, I don't know. Like I know it works in Wayne County. Like I know it works very well there. Driving for dollars works really well. Got a lot of team there. It's great. To a point where you're at, you're gonna have to test it out. So one example you can do, number one, actually go out there and just try every lien. So try code violations, try liens on code violations, try water shutoff liens. You can actually go out here and try the fire damage properties. I don't think there's tall grass. Is everything melting over there?
Yeah, it melted like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so you don't have any tall grass yet, but in the summer there's gonna be tall grass, which will be great for you. So code violations kind of be hard, but structural damage, right? Just start testing those out. Probates. So that's honestly what I'd be sort of looking at.
So when you pull up multiple lists, do you have a preference? Like say you've got 2 lists done, do you cross-reference those or how do you go about that?
So to a point, I don't like duplicates. So I'll just remove the duplicate, and then I'll just market that entire list, especially starting out, right? So if a deal is a code violation and a probate, I'll remove the duplicate, but I'll keep that in like a special folder of like, I'm going after this first, right? Those are kind of called stacked lists. You got to learn how to do it in like an Excel or Google Sheets, but those are really good. They work really well.
I was going to ask, is there a way to export that information off of PropStream?
No, I do it all in Excel and Sheets.
So you have to do it by like manually then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if they show up on more than one list, then maybe, but yeah.
And I think it looks like I was looking at Facebook buyers for a specific town over in, I think it was Wisconsin. And I found one, but they had a website. I couldn't tell if they were legitimate buyers, cash buyers, or
Yeah.
if they were another middleman, like a wholesaler. So I just kind of put that one off to the side. Is like, well, I can't figure it out. I'm not trying to share with anybody, especially if I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Well, call them.
No. Good.
So you call them and like, how do you figure out if it is a legit cash buyer or a fake cash buyer or a middleman, or a wholesaler, right? You ask them a bunch of questions, right? First of all, hey, can I have a proof of funds? Most wholesalers don't have $500,000 in a bank account, right?
Mhm.
Number two, are you okay with assignment of contracts? Sure, right? Number three, how many properties do you own? And how many properties have you bought from cash from other wholesalers? And you can just look it up on public records. And then at the end of the day, are they willing to put a $5,000 non-refundable EMD down on the assignment of contract? And I've pretty much to a 99 percentile figured separate a real cash buyer from a fake one from there. And make sure they're not hard money. It has to be cash.
Liquid cash, yeah.
Yep.
My bad for not catching. Like, I know I've been on your website. What is END? I heard you mentioning that when you were discussing
Yeah. EMD?
END.
Yeah. It's EMD.
Oh,
Basically short for earnest money deposit. So earnest money deposit is basically a down payment you put on a real estate contract and agreement.
okay.
Most real estate agreements have them. It's not law per se that you have to have an EMD done in a lot of states, but it does give you some legal protections. So I do prefer putting at least $100 down. If someone tries to steal your deal, someone tries to back out of the deal, a seller, it'll actually protect you.
Okay. I think that's all my questions. I'm honestly just trying to get the motivation. I do really appreciate you mentioning earlier, the reminder of the why. Why do I want to do this?
Mhm.
And I think every day I just need to remind myself, why do I want to do this?
You got to remind yourself. And so also, are you talking about motivation for yourself or from the seller?
Well, no, I mean for myself, like
Oh,
because
yeah.
I haven't closed a single deal. I've been watching you for a few days now. I signed up for PropStream, and beyond messing around with PropStream, I haven't really done anything. Yeah, I've taken some notes, I've listened to your videos, but like I want to make sure I keep moving forward at this point.
All right. Well, get a probate list and just cold call it. Try it.
Okay.
So you go to the Grand Traverse County Clerk of the Court and try to pull it, right? That's what I do. And just start doing it, start doing it, man. I think like if you can learn anything from the video I did today, it's just take action, right? So I'm going here on the website, just looking at it. They might
A lot
not.
of people say it's expensive to live here.
Yeah. Records. You might actually have to go in person to get this list. If you go to freewholesaling.com, it's all in there. But
What is it?
freewholesaling.com.
Oh, that's your website, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my website. It's my that's the wholesaling course. They'll show you how to pull the list. You might have to email for the records, which actually makes it cool because nobody else in your market can do that.
Yeah, I'm honestly would rather do email, but I know cold calls are just as effective as long as when you put your effort into it.
Yeah. Or dude, you can just put sticky notes on houses so you don't have to call. Listen to music, do whatever you want, So that's probably what I do. But yeah, man, that's awesome.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, man.
Appreciate it. Hop on, ask me more questions you got in the future, and here to help.
Thanks.
All right. Next here we got Cody.
Hello?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Doing
All right.
good. Appreciate the comments on the previous lives. You're from Kansas?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Where in Kansas?
In a little tiny town called Osage City. It's pretty small, like 2,000 population.
Okay. What county?
Osage County.
Osage County. All right. Cool. Rick was born in Kansas?
Oh, really? Where is he?
Oh yeah, Topeka.
Oh, really? Yep, that's about 30 minutes away from here.
Cool. So let me know, what can I help you out today in wholesaling, become a better wholesaler?
All right. So I kind of have the same story as everyone else. I've been following you for a while. Got a little guide for me, all that kind of stuff like that. It's kind of hard in Kansas. It's non-disclosure, so on and so forth. And trying to get lists, government lists, is kind of hard. So I've checked out. I don't know if you want me to say the counties that I've been researching in or wanting to do.
You don't have to tell me, but let's see here. And what are they doing when you're trying to pull the list?
So I called a whole bunch. I've called the county clerk. I've called the appraisal office. I've called utility, sheriff's department, and they all direct me to the county clerk. Everyone doesn't even give me like the time of day. They're like, "Oh, wrong person," and then they just hang up and then send me on my way to someone else. And then
Love
once I get to the clerk, they're like, "Well, we don't do that. If you want to subscribe to like online for access, it's like thousands of dollars for a year access plus monthly." And the only free access that we have is to go there in person onto the computers, but it's view only, so I can't like take any information out.
You can't write it down?
Yeah, they said it would cost money to do that. It's like $25 per 30 minutes of me being in there.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, and if I want to print off a sheet, it's like 25 cents per sheet, which is not that big of a deal, but I can't have like anyone's information on the sheet itself.
And you can't take pictures or anything?
Nope.
Nope. I'll try a FOIA. What happened when you went to the water department?
Um,
Utility.
it said the same thing. I went down the list for everything, starting from probates all the way down to
Well, the clerk wouldn't have the water
right.
delinquency.
That's what. Yeah, and they told me to go to the utility department, which I kind of thought was like, okay, that's fine. And so I go there, and they're like, no, we don't deal with that. And so, like I said, I just put me on a wild goose chase, and I end up back at the county clerk.
You're gonna have to go in person to the. I'm sorry. You probably have to go in person to the utility department, try to speak to the manager, get a meeting with the manager, and
Mhm.
explain it. I mean, they're incompetent government workers. They're not going to want to do any extra work just for you when they
Yeah.
don't have to. So you're going to have to go to a manager that kind of understands, as a private tax-paying citizen, you have a right for this information. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to separate it each way. So one trick I found with hard places for probates is, have you asked just for a docket for the probate?
A docket?
Yeah. So it's basically a public sheet of all the cases for the week of probates, and you can kind of get the info of it. So I'll look this up.
It's a weekly sheet, you said?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's daily.
Oh, okay.
Osage County, is it full judicial?
So I go outside. The cities that I'll say the cities because obviously different counties in there, but is mainly Wichita is what I've been looking at, and then towards Kansas City area. Yeah, most of the time when I talk to them, obviously they're not. Doesn't sound like they're very happy being there, which I totally understand. But when I ask for general lists, they say that it doesn't exist. And if I did want to search something up like that, it'd have to be per person or per property. And I would have to know the person or property to like put in the information and get information out.
Okay, let me. How far is? Wait, where is this? Give me a second. Anderson County.
Anderson County. I'd say about an hour and a half.
Okay, because I'm looking at the 4th Judicial District here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll screen share this. So your 4th Judicial District right here is basically Anderson, Coffee, Franklin, and Osage County. So that's your judicial district.
Right.
I'm going here on the website here, and I'm going here to Smart Search for online court records, and then they have court dockets. So I go Smart Search. Hold on. Enter record number, search criteria.
Does every district have one of these?
Us
Or should?
mostly. I'm
Okay.
trying to figure it out right now. So I'll show you my screen. So I'm in the portal. So this is hold on, let me make this zoom a little bigger. I've dealt with so many of these. So it's gonna take me a second to look, but if I go by location, where is Osage County? I can search by all right. So this is where I get attorney, bar number, business name, case number, citation number, nickname.
And this is basically what the lady described to me on the phone. That this is all that I could really do, where it'd be specific information and it'd only pop up with that person or property's information only.
All right. So you need a last enter record number or last name, middle or suffix format. So I always try some tricks, but the trick probably won't work here. So B. Yeah, they ain't gonna work here. All right, that ain't gonna work. All right, no big deal. Let's see here. Smart search. Yeah, maybe if general options work, but yeah, they're gonna need that. All right, so I gotta go by the docket, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. So let me go back here to that link I sent you, and do you see on the top here? This is the only workaround I figured out. So this is something to figure out. So do you already have this website? Do I need to send it? I'll put it in the comments.
Yeah, I'm streaming from my phone, so I don't know if I can like go off of.
All right.
Yeah.
I put it in the comments on the YouTube if you want to come back on there. So
Okay.
this is in Garnett, Kansas, which is probably far from you, but I see here on the calendars. So I'm going to go here to Osage County. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
So this is in Linden, Kansas. I don't know how far that is from you, but we have Judge Eric, Lori, and Taylor. So I'm going to click Eric's calendar in Osage County, and this is going to be annoying, but it's going to be fine. So right here we have a case of, these are all the civil cases. So for example, right here, do you see how this is Core First Bank versus Robert Dean Murphy?
Right.
I'm going to go look up this case. Do you see how the bank is going after Robert Murphy and the estate of Margie Murphy?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably delinquent payments, probate, any of that, right?
Okay.
And that is, and what I'm going to do is go to the property appraiser and look up Robert Dean Murphy, right? Or I'm going to look up this case number, right? And then see what's going on. And this is maybe a probate, or maybe it's a situation where Robert's not paying his taxes, and that's going to be a good deal.
All right. Yeah.
And that's going to have all of it on there. And then your smug little judge lady is going to say, "What's the case?" And you're going to say, "Oh, it's 202 CV 00020." And she's going to be like, "Oh, shoot." Right.
Right.
That's going to help you out.
Awesome.
I keep scrolling here. For example, Reliant Loan Servicing versus Tina Welch. Look up if Tina owns real estate and then go after them, right?
Okay.
You just see, this is a Ford.
Just gonna have to kind of pick through everything and figure out.
Yeah, pick through it. There's a bunch of Taylor Wine has one, Lori, all this stuff. But go to the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Message me if you don't have the link, or just ask it on like the Facebook group. But it should be on there. I'll pop it up here. Just actually, if you're on your phone, screenshot this.
Got it.
It's not Franklin Cook's. It's one of these court calendar. Just
Yeah.
It's the Fourth Judicial. Look it up, and that's what I'd be going at. That's my workaround. There's always a workaround. Here's the cool part. You're probably the only person in Osage County doing this. So think about that.
Yeah, it's very far. I've been following you for a while. I've been getting out of a job working freaking over 80-hour weeks, not 2 weeks, weeks. And everyone seems to go by the 9 to 5. And when I mention this, they're like, no, don't do it. Especially out here, everyone's too smart for that. They won't go for a wholesaler, so on and so forth. So I figured might try my luck and see what I can find and get out here. So
that's all you can do, right?
Right. Yep. And I figure I almost went to a guru, and when I set up a meeting, I was asking general questions, and they're like, we can't answer any of that kind of stuff. You have to give, this much money. And so I was like, dang, like I'm out of the game. I can't do this anymore. And I think maybe 2 days afterwards, you just like popped up out of nowhere. And I was like, holy cow, where have you been? So been following ever since. I have like a little guide from your online course that you got going on. So hopefully I get some success soon and keep following you. Thank you so much for
Perfect.
the help.
Go after that docket. I'm telling you right now, it's
Yeah,
powerful stuff.
that's
So
huge help.
reverse engineer, and the only thing I can tell you is make sure that person owns property that has that situation, but you'll be fine.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your
All right.
help.
Thanks. Keep it up.
Yep. Bye.
Boom, guys. If there's a will, there's a way. You might get laughed at, talked out of whatever public list you're going after. Everyone's going to say, "Oh, Zach, there's no way I can get a list," And that's why I got to pay a guru, right? I got to pay PropStream. I got to do, guys. You don't have to, and this is all free stuff. So, I'm telling you, it's powerful stuff, guys. The government list is great. There's not been anyone talking about government lists, free wholesaling lists before me, because there's no way a guru can make money off of you like that, right? And it's crazy. These gurus drive me crazy. I don't get me all worked up with that, but Victoria.
Hello. How are
How's it
you?
going?
Good.
How's New York?
It's nice weather today, so that's make me happy.
Awesome. How are you?
I'm good. So I've been diving through the course that you have, and I'm trying to map out my plan. So I want to get that thought on. So right now I have 20 hours a week to put in, and I'm willing to put in $2,000 marketing a month. And I was thinking of doing, I know that Long Island, where I live, is a tough market, but I really want to try it out. Even just find a deal somewhere.
Right out.
And then also doing virtual market at the same time. So my question is, how many markets should I do as a start out, and what the budget that I have, what would be the best for marketing?
Okay.
The
What
best
county are you in?
I'm in Nassau County.
So anything within a 30, 45-minute drive for you, anything east is probably going to be better.
Yes.
But I honestly would tell you anything that's below the median price point in your county, and then anything east of you is going to be probably where you want to be.
Probably east, further east.
Yeah. I mean, further east is going to be better, but ultimately up to you. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly what I'd say.
What would be the best list to pull for an expensive market?
Probates.
Probate? Okay.
Hands down.
If I go virtual, should I start out looking, 2-3 markets at the same time, or is this focus on one?
I would do one market, starting out, and then maybe venture to two. Maybe try two. There's no special formula that's going to be perfect for everyone. Try test out two. Do half and half. I think the best for you right now is you choose a virtual market and put half your effort into that. So you say 20 hours, put 10 hours in the virtual market and 10 hours in Long Island, and which one works best for you.
Okay. And then what would be the best use for the marketing?
In-person cold calling probates, maybe sticky notes on code violations, I would say. That'd probably be best for 10 hours. And then 10 hours virtually would be cold calling government lists.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I'd say. Just take action.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Victoria. Have a great one.
You too.
Oh. All righty. Keith,
Hey, what's up, man?
what's up? How are you?
I'm good. I just started watching your stuff recently. Um, so I'm currently in the Harris County area. I've been wanting to get into wholesaling, but
Houston?
yes, Houston.
Okay.
I am 16 though, so I don't know if there's any age requirements or I don't know. But I've been looking at freewholesaling.com. Been trying to get educated, taking notes. So, what do you think is the game plan for me?
You have a car?
I'm starting to learn how to drive. I'm about to get my license.
Okay. No big deal. Government lists, cold calling them. Probably be your best one.
Okay.
I mean, you sound pretty decent just talking to me, right? I think you can call people pretty simple, ask them if they want to sell their house.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, man. Like I don't know if you know my script, but I keep it very simple. You know, hey, are you the owner? Are you looking to sell it, right?
Yeah.
And just have a conversation.
Mhm.
At 16, that's probably going to be your best bet. Drawing for dollars is going to be the best in Harris County.
Mhm.
Do you live in like a bougie part of?
Not really.
Not really. You'll be fine then. Just go around your neighborhood. You'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
I only encountered two people live in regular markets, and then some people live in like these crazy, like the rich part of Houston. So
Yeah.
I think you just call government lists around town, and just start like just taking action.
Okay.
You'll be fine, man.
I can do that.
That's my recommendation.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah.
Awesome. Any other questions?
No, I'll be back next week though, and I can update you.
All right, man. Take action. You got this.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Oh, telling you guys that I try to keep this business super simple because if you're struggling in wholesaling real estate, if you're struggling starting out in this business, most of it will just a lot of that struggling, you could just destroy that by just taking action and taking very, very simple, consistent action. So I implore everybody like in wholesaling real estate, just take simple, like it just start doing it. Like if you're struggling at your first deal, and I think that's something I really want to hammer home today from this video of the lesson of me getting my first deal is just, I took action. And like, I didn't overthink it, right? I didn't calculate the perfect ratio the sign had to be. I didn't calculate the perfect percentage of ARV I had to get, right? I just ran after it, right? And I didn't even know the ARV was in the house. Like I generally just made it very simple. And I think you guys have to understand that the person that just takes random action, just goes out and talks to a seller, gets a deal under contract, it's going to be light years ahead of the person that just stays on their computer and try to calculate everything and watch every single video and never take action. Okay. And if you want to start making the change you need in your life right now, you're going to have to do that. If you don't, you're going to stay where you're at. So at the end of the day, that's what I can implore you guys to do is just take simple action. It's going to be imperfect action. We all know that. But that action is going to lead to talking to a seller, getting a property under contract, and then maybe find a cash buyer wants to pay over of what the contract is, and then you make some money, you know? That's honestly how I do it. So Donovan says, how do you go live with me? Just go to Wholesaling House for Real on Facebook. And then from there, you can hop on and talk to me one-on-one. So yeah, mindset, it is everything. So important, you know? Let's see. Olivia.
Oh, already? Happy
What's
Wednesday.
up?
How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. I just want to start off and say thank you so much for all this free content, right?
Oh yeah.
Paid off in the long run. Okay, so I have a question real quick. When I send out mail, right, and I receive it back, my mailing address, and I can't get a hold of them on the phone, obviously, how do I go about finding the sellers, right? Like, I sent out some, mail and all that. I tried to call them. I skip traced them. They're for vacant properties. No one's living in it. Some of them have liens, but what do I do with the mail that comes back to me? Like, how do I get a hold of the sellers?
Great question. So first of all, you're staying humble. You got your first deal and you're destroying it. So congrats to you.
Only did one deal. I lost 2 deals.
Okay.
One to a seller, and another one the seller wasn't comfortable only because his wife didn't agree to the contract. They needed time for their attorney to look at it. That's currently pending. But I have another seller. Well, it's a virtual, right? He wants 60,000 for it. There's tenants in the property. They've been living there for 2 years, etc., etc. He told me he would give me some pictures once he could get over there, but he's out of state. He lives in Oregon. So I'm currently working with that person right now, but I've been texting, I've been cold calling. That works. A lot of people obviously don't want to be, bothered, but when it comes from my mail, it's kind of like I don't want to spend money and not really utilize all my resources and trying to get a hold of the sellers, So yeah. Fingers crossed I get this next contract going. But yeah, I want to make sure I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to. Here in Washington, I pulled all of my government list, right? I pulled the arrest records. It's a little hard, a little tough. I'm thinking about doing some bandit signs. I heard from someone they have, really good success in some areas around here. So I'm going to do that next month. But for virtual, I just been cold calling, texting, sending out direct mail. But if I can't get a hold of them, it's kind of like,
I get it.
Yeah. So what do I do when I get those, direct mail, letters back to me?
So as someone that does a lot of direct mail, I get to hundreds of thousands of mail pieces. We have a pretty good system. So first of all, you have to see what the mail back reason is. So we have like 4 or 5 we really like. So number one, our favorite is no mail receptacle. That is our favorite. So that's basically there's just no mailbox.
Right.
There's no mailbox on the house. It's probably going to be a good deal, right?
Right. I've seen a couple of those get sent back, and I'm like, what does this mean? Right. Okay.
So no mail receptacle is going to be the best one. It's the USPS, so they're pretty much the same in Florida and Washington everywhere.
Right.
Next is vacant, obviously.
Right. I've seen. Okay.
I mean, it's just it's just the house is sitting there vacant. So either you got to go to the property appraiser and see where the mailing address is. Either there's another mailing address or there isn't.
Okay.
And
I didn't. Okay, that's good.
yeah, so the issue you always have is if it's a vacant house, no one's living in it, and it's like a John Smith, and John Smith's mailing address is that property address.
Right.
It's kind of weird. What are you going to do? You're going to have to send direct mail there. How do you do that?
Right.
You throw a sticky note on the door and just hope whenever he comes by, and you do 100 of those a month, something's bound to hit, right?
Try that. I'm going to try that.
Because no other wholesale is going after that.
Right.
Now, the third one here is deceased. Now, those are really fun. And I go after those all the time, right? I stick a sticky, like I just have a kid stick sticky notes on those houses all day. I would put something like, "Hey, this is Olivia. I had a quick question. Call me," and that's it. Like very, very generic.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
If you put, "Hey, this is Olivia. I saw the house is vacant. I want to buy it," you're not going to get a call.
Right. Yeah. I've done that a couple of times, and I'm like, maybe I should just stick with my name or whatever, and go from there. Okay, that's good to know. I was thinking another thing too. Okay, so if that doesn't work, should I reach out to a family member possibly from True Search? Okay.
So you throw the sticky note on there, truepeoplesearch.com. Cool part about truepeoplesearch.com, you get 3 emails, and you have unlimited Gmail accounts you can make. So go after it, right? All the emails on there, relatives, everything. When I get a no mail receptacle, I will go put a sticky note on there, send an email, call the relatives, and do that probably once a month for 3 months straight.
Got you.
And it's like the third call, you finally get it. And then leave a very, very intriguing, interesting voicemail.
Okay, I'm going to do that. So when they call back, you basically ask the address and all of that, right? Or, well,
yeah, if they call you back, then yes.
Okay, that's really good to know. All right, thank you so much. I'm gonna try that. Like I said, I only got one deal so far. It was supposed to be a bit more, but it was something better than nothing. I'm pretty much full time at this point because I have a lot of time. So it really does help.
Perfect.
Really, all this free content. I hope you have a
Awesome.
Amazing.
Well, keep it
Thank
up
you.
and let me know how I can help. Thanks.
Awesome.
Boom. Awesome. So next here we got hello. Hey, can you hear me? I think you're muted, but you're not muted. Hold up. Try again. All right. I don't think you're. Yeah, it's not working. Shoot. All right. So this is usually what happens. I'm gonna kick you out, and then you just come back in with the link. Usually that works. I don't know why. You turn it off, turn it back on. So try that real quick. All right. He's off and he's going to come back on, and hopefully that works. All right. Hello. Someone's got OBS running. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yeah. How are you?
All right, perfect. Hey man, what's up?
I'm blessed.
All right, so I got a couple questions for you. We talked a couple weeks ago, but I had some more questions. So when
Are you the dude in Pensacola?
No, that's a different guy.
All right. What's your name?
Rahil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? So, when would you ask a seller about like closing date and earnest money? I'm assuming this is like after you've agreed to a purchase price, but like before signing the contracts.
So first of all, I never mention earnest money. I just say, hey, I'm leaving. That's the earnest money. I just write it.
Okay.
I don't even mention it to a point if I don't have to. Like on our contract, you write it. Like, why are you going to bring it up, right?
All right.
Closing date, it's whenever they want to close, right? Like, it's what helps them out. They want to close in 30 days, 30 days. They want to close in 45, 45. Close in 90, 90, right? I usually put on or before like a 3-month period, and then I kind of have an option to do whatever I want.
Okay, and if you wanted to change it, would you just like add that as like a memorandum or?
Yeah, I'd probably do an addendum on it.
Okay. And so for pictures, so if you're doing this virtually, could you have the seller take pictures, or would you want to get someone who's actually physically there and then like schedule a time with the seller for them to go and take pictures instead?
Depends. Like, we'd send someone out. I got the cash for it, right? And just you got to be efficient with it for me. If you can get the seller to take pictures, then sure. Before your partner goes on, that's always the way I explain it. Kind of like the call I had yesterday. Yeah, that's probably how I do it.
Okay. And so currently I'm doing I'm doing all my leads kind of one by one. So I'm scraping the county records and getting documents from there. And I'm skip tracing them one by one and then doing like a SMS. And so it's significantly slower than pulling like a list of say 1,500 from PropStream.
Oh yeah.
But I'm kind of getting the higher quality data. But I also feel like I see people talking about they've cold called for like 6 months, like 35,000 numbers, and still not gotten a deal and stuff like that. So I'm wondering, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing what I'm supposed to, or should I be like bulk SMS blasting, bulk cold calling, direct mail, all that stuff?
Well, I'll give you a story. If I cold called 150,000 people with a net worth over $10 million, all mansions in Beverly Hills, how many wholesaling deals do you think I'm going to get?
Not a whole lot.
Not, but I did 150. That means I'm a grinder, right? And what if I cold call 200 probates in a really good market?
Much more.
It's quality over quantity to a point. I don't care how many. Every single person that rolls their eyes and complains at me that, oh, I did all these. I cold call 35,000. I'm like, give me the list. They're like, oh, I cold called the high equity in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm like, first of all, you got 10 other guys cold calling that list, right? You got realtors up the wazoo. So it's all depending. I've never encountered somebody who has taken my advice and done over 1,000 cold calls of like a niche list and never gotten a deal to a point of certain lists, I would say. Usually I've never encountered someone doing over 1,000 driving for dollars leads and cold call them and put a sticky note that's never gotten a deal from that list. So it's all about the quality of it. You don't want to get too obsessed with it to a point. So what list are you pulling?
Currently I'm doing pre-foreclosures fresh straight from the county before it actually updates. I'm doing code violations, water shutoffs, and I looked at fire damage, but I haven't actually marketed towards that list yet.
Okay. Well, first of all, skip pre-foreclosures for cold calling.
Okay.
I personally don't like it. because
yeah.
pre-foreclosure is someone who's behind on payments. Usually when you're behind on bank payments, you're behind on credit card payments. People that are behind on credit cards and bank account and like all this stuff, car payments, they get like 5 calls a day from credit recovery services. So they're not the best to cold call. I put yellow sticky notes on the house or I text them.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm texting you.
Everyone reads text. So that works well. Code violations, they're all great, you know. I think that's a solid list.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta pull more code violations from more counties. I'm doing virtual in Florida because I'm in Illinois, and the you know how the laws up here. So I'm doing deals a little bit like up north of you, kind of.
We're in Florida.
Yeah,
Ocala? Oh yeah, that's good.
East of Ocala, still on the coast though, but it's pretty
Ocala ain't
saturated.
on the coast, bro.
I'm saying more east of Ocala. I had a lead in Ocala, but it's dead. Yeah, so it's a pretty competitive market, but I'm getting all the fresh leads from that. I need to pull more from more counties though, and kind of diversify a little bit more because what I'm doing is very saturated. So I'm definitely not the only person calling these people. I know I've called a couple people and they said like, oh yeah, I've gotten like 10 calls this week and stuff like that. So
okay, well, I would have done Ocala, man. Ocala's great.
I might try that out. If it is good, then I might try it out. I had one guy there, but he already signed a contract with somebody else, so that didn't go as planned. But yeah, I've gotten a couple dead leads so far. I know I'm on my way to getting an actual deal done. It's just a matter of time, really.
It's about taking action, man.
That's true. Yeah, I just got to keep going at it every day. Also, where's the June challenge at? I looked on the Flip with Rick channel. I couldn't find it.
You got to go to. I'll ramp it up more. I mean, it's in June, so www.flipwithrick.com/June.
Okay. And one more question. So do you know John Johnson?
No.
He runs a Discord community. It's like a wholesaling Discord community. I'm not sure if you're active on Discord or anything, but if you want to join and maybe do a guest speaker one of these days, because we have a lot of calls.
Does he sell a course?
No, he doesn't.
Does he charge for the Discord?
He doesn't charge for anything. Nope.
What would I speak for?
Oh, well, he hosts like calls every couple of days, just kind of for people to speak about various things. We always have like different types of people come on. I know last week we had a guy who specializes in like on-market properties, someone else who specializes in like rental properties all come on and kind of give their thoughts. And it's
how many people
nice
on the call?
I think there's normally about like 20 people.
20 people?
20 to 25. There's like 500 in the Discord.
I'll look at it.
All right. For sure. I got you. Where at?
Email me.
Email? All right.
I won't be able to yeah, if you mess you're gonna be in a flood of 300. So
I figured. All right, man. That's really all I got for now. So
all right, put in the subject, say speaking opportunity. Someone will send it to me. So
gotcha, man.
All right.
Appreciate it, man. Peace out.
See you, man. Oh. www.flipwithrick.com/June. All right. Let's how you hop on the live and get it going. George.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
I'm good, Zach.
Awesome, man. How can I help you become a better wholesaler today?
Well, actually, I didn't have any questions. I was just going to call in for the 90-day challenge.
What are you doing? Tell me.
I wrote it down right here. I was trying to cold call Fizbo's.
Okay, what market?
In Harris County.
Okay. Not the best, but yeah.
What do you think I should do?
But driving for dollars is best in Harris County.
Drive for dollars?
Oh. Hands down in Houston.
Oh, okay. What about finding the zip codes?
Yeah, Facebook groups. Find the hot zips. Oh yeah.
Okay. I was watching that video you had on the course. The perfect zip codes. I was doing that. Is that a good way to get drive for dollar leads?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just calling in basically for the accountability.
Sweet, man. Well, keep it up.
Yeah.
Are you doing any government lists yet?
No, not yet. No.
All right, let's start getting it, man.
Probates, right? That'll be the best.
Probate, yeah.
Oh, okay. And what do you do to skip trace probates in Harris County?
TruePeopleSearch.com.
Oh, just two people search.
Yep.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Zach. That was pretty much it. I was just calling for the 90-day challenge.
All right. Talk to some sellers. Get some offers, man. You got this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Do it. Wait, George.
Yeah.
What was that hesitation for?
Huh? What was that?
What was that hesitation for? Making offers. You're gonna make an offer this week, right?
Yeah, I'll make an offer this week.
All right. Do it, man.
I was trying to cold call earlier, but I was just so nervous. I was
Why?
shaking.
Let's talk about it. Why are you nervous to cold call?
I've never cold called before.
And
It was just, I don't know, it was a new experience.
okay. Have you ever tied your shoes?
Yeah, of course.
Bro, if you had those Velcro shoes as a kid, have you heard of those Velcro shoes as a kid?
Yeah.
Bro, if you never have ever tied your shoes or didn't want to start learning because you're scared to tie your shoes, you'd be wearing those Velcros or wearing Crocs all day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So
Yeah.
you just got to do it. Like, you've ever ridden a bike?
Of course.
Dude, it's like if you're too scared to ride a bike, you're not going to do it. So it's necessary, man. So let's kind of break down really quick. What do you know the cold calling script?
Yeah, I have it right here actually.
All right, tell me what it is.
The FISBO one?
No, just a regular cold calling one.
Oh, let me see.
I'll just tell you what it is, okay?
Yeah.
At Wholesaling.com. Number 1, are you the owner of the property? Number 2,
Okay.
are you interested in selling the property?
All right.
So you tell it to me.
Oh, are you the owner of the property?
Yes, I am the owner. Who is this?
This is George.
Okay. What do you want,
All right.
George?
I'm sorry?
What do you want, George?
Yeah, are you interested in selling your property?
It's good. Hey, the reason for my call is just seeing if you're looking to sell the house. It's 90% of it. That's 90% of the problem. Just starting the call, right?
Yeah.
That's it, man. Start just
All right.
dude, start doing it, man. The worst thing someone's gonna tell you is you're a meanie, right?
Yeah.
You're a poop face. At the end of the day, do you have a dog, cat, sister, mom, dad?
Yeah, I have all that except a sister,
Does your mom think you're cool?
of course.
If your mom thinks you're cool, it doesn't matter what anyone tells you on a cold call, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you something mean. It doesn't. Your mom thinks you're cool. That's all that matters, man.
Yeah.
So, hey, you cold call someone, say something mean, right? That's the way you got to look at it, man.
Yeah, just on to the next.
All right, man. Go
So
after it.
when do I call you back? Next week or
After you have talked to, after you've done 50 cold calls, you can call me back.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. Why you said you cold call Zillow for sale by owners, right?
I was starting to today.
And you said you never cold called before, so you didn't call those?
No, I didn't.
Okay, you need to just call 50. Call 50 for sale by owners, then you can come back to me.
Okay. In Harris County or anywhere?
Harris County.
Oh, okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. I'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Zach.
Go after it, man. Boom. All right. Are we working?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, yeah. We're working loud and clear. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, good.
Cool, man.
On the laptop, that's why.
All right.
Yeah. So I had a question for you, and then I also wanted to hold myself accountable to you. So,
Perfect.
so I'll start. Yeah.
Question.
So the question is, I'm living in Illinois, DuPage County. So I actually found you like 3-4 months ago, and then I started to get serious about 1 month back, and I wanted to start wholesaling here first, because it's easier for me if I do it here. So I looked up your videos, and it said you could double close here. But I did ask a lawyer, I mean attorney, if I could do that. But he told me that you'll have to get the deeds written, you know? So that'll take like 30 days or something. And if I'm gonna use transactional funding because I don't have money, uh, they're not gonna allow that much time, right? So then he told me that you could buy it in an LLC and then sell it to the end buyer, which Rick also told in the video titled "How to Wholesale in Illegal States." So I was wondering if you could make a video on it or break that down or something.
Yeah, I can do a video on it.
Yeah.
What I'd honestly tell you though is Illinois is kind of weird about the double closing thing, and they're also weird about the LLC thing.
Yeah.
Watch my wholesaling illegal video. I did that live last week. I kind of break it down. Illinois is gonna be hard, man. I'd probably go virtual, man. I'm just telling you, unless you're licensed, I would probably go virtual in Illinois. The way that law is written is very, very specific.
Yeah.
So, like, if you go and try to buy 2 Subway shops, that's technically illegal. You can't even do that. So take that as you will. There's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot of loopholes. You're gonna have to talk to some smarter people because that guy obviously doesn't know law well enough if he's telling you that with the LLC thing. So
I mean, Rick did talk about it too on the in the video. Video.
correct,
Yeah.
but that's illegal states to a point. Not it's not a one size fits all.
Oh, okay.
You could do the LLC thing if you have a lawyer okaying in Illinois. Then sure, I'm not going to give you law advice for Illinois because that's a crazy state. But yeah, you could. Do you know how to set that all up?
Hey, sorry, you got cut off. I didn't
Yeah,
hear your question.
set it up. Try it. Set it up and do it. That if the lawyer says it, then I'd probably do it. I'm not going to give you law advice though. So
Yeah.
yeah, go
I
after it,
mean,
man.
okay. So after he said that, I was like, it's gonna take too long. It's taking too long. So I just said I'm gonna do it virtually. So I was looking at Florida. I was I got the PropStream, and
Okay.
I looked at your videos for PropStream, looking up houses.
Mm-hmm.
And while watching your videos, I searched it on PropStream. So I got that. I'm like trying to get the CRM set up so I could
Okay.
write down all the properties and phone numbers, everything, and then cold call them. Hopefully in a week or two, because I got like my finals coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was kind of down because I couldn't keep up with the 100K challenge because I had a lot of things going on, and I kind of fell sick too.
Okay.
But yeah, but then looking at the group, like people post a lot of uh, getting their deals and stuff. That motivated me a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, go after it, man. Take action.
Yeah.
Choose a mark and go after it, man. Any other
Yeah.
questions?
No, that's all. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Keep it up, man.
You
Oh,
too.
awesome. Next year we got Khalil.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? How are you?
Good.
Awesome, man. How can I help you become a better wholesaler?
So I have a deal that's around my way. I live in Philly, and it's listed on the market, but it needs a complete rehab and gut. I think I can get it for um, a good price. But then when I looked at the listing that the agent put up, it said no hard money no hard money loans and or no 203K loans. So pretty much they said you need to have the cash in your account. Is that like proof of funds? How do I kind of overcome this scenario?
Is this on market?
What do I do? Yeah, it is on market.
I would just submit the offer and see what they say.
What about the earnest money?
How much of EMD do they want?
Well, I haven't even gotten contact with the, like, I just kind of seen the deal, because I'm kind of.
I'd put a $1,000.
1,000 down. And so you put the 1,000 down, and then you kind of just go from there. You think they wouldn't ask for a proof of funds?
You won't know. Like someone can talk a big game, and they won't even care.
Right.
I've done enough on market deals where sometimes they want, sometimes they don't.
Right.
It's really how you present yourself.
Gotcha.
If you present yourself as a legit buyer, you're not going to have a problem. And the
Gotcha.
problem with on market is you got to send hundreds out before you even get one accepted.
Right. I mean, the only reason why I'm so gun ho on this one is because I feel like it's a prime. Like, I'm literally on my block right now that there's a house that's sold, also had a complete rehab, but it's sold for 150. There's another one, that same house is in worse condition, and they have it on market for 175 in that same community, like same area. So it's like,
dude, I'm just being honest. You could send that offer and they could not accept it. So you just got to send the offer out, dude. Like, don't get your heart set out on this deal because it's on market. You're gonna have to do hundreds before you go and accept it. So it's just action, bro. Just send it.
Gotcha. Other than that, though,
is dual agency allowed in Pennsylvania?
I think it is allowed. Yes, it is. In fact.
Okay, I won't look it up. If it is, then I would do that approach too. I'd probably call them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Dual agency. I mean, I know I'm kind of asking maybe for a lot. If you can kind of walk me through that process of wholesaling on market right there. So it's dual agency is what I would approach them with the offer, and then the EMD. Can I use the cash? Can I use the cash buyer's money for that EMD?
You could if you find a cash buyer fast.
Right. But other than that, it would just be tying the deal up and then going from there with my own. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I have no other questions.
All right. Well, follow the course, freewholesaling.com. I have my MLS course in there, and follow the rules on the offers on them. But yeah.
Okay.
All right, man.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Boom. All right. I came from zero. What is up? Welcome back. You're muted, but keep your eyes on the road. Keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah,
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Just doing my weekly accountability check-in. Just to piggyback off of George's question, that's how I've been kind of doing my driving for dollars, is using the list source method. I just wanted to ask, is there like a range where it's like a number of sales that you should not really like go over there? I don't know if I'm asking the question properly or not.
No. So what I've figured out pretty much is that list source method works pretty well, but there's a certain amount where you start doing deals and start seeing where other wholesalers are doing deals and where your cash buyers are buying deals that you kind of make it yourself. There's never a minimum because sometimes you might have a market that only has 5 deals or like 10 cash sales, but like there's like 100 houses in that zip code. So it's like you got to look at the population per zip code and make your own ratio of how many cash sales per house. And then that's what you go after.
Okay. Yeah. That's the only question I had. I was just doing my accountability check-in.
Keep it up, man. What do you do this past week?
Just driving for dollars. I got my 100 code violations, and then this week I'm going to be starting my cold calling. So,
dude, I love it, man. Keep it up.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Take action. Thanks, man. Boom. All right, Donovan.
What up, Zach? Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm doing pretty good. First of all, thanks for all the free content and helping everybody out, man. I really appreciate it. So I'm right here in right outside the Bay Area, between the Bay Area and Sacramento. It's a pretty I'm sure you already know this. It's a pretty competitive market out here. I am looking to get a deal within the next 30 days, man. So I pulled code enforcements and looking for made a bunch of phone calls trying to pull code violations, try to pull fire damage properties. My question here is, do you think I should just kind of buckle down and just try to hustle and get a deal here in the Bay, or try to go virtual to get a deal quicker?
Where specifically in the Bay?
So I've been focusing right now, and I've been seeing your other videos. I've been watching for about a week now. So Oakland is where I've been really trying to focus. And then I live
How far is that from where you live?
From Oakland's about 45 minutes from me.
Where do you live?
Do you know where Tracy is?
No idea.
Yeah, it's like Tracy, Stockton. I live in San Joaquin County, so it's not too far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would stick to Stockton then.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
Oh
that's
my
where,
God, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're in a great market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. You're outside of Stockton. I mean, bro, it's obviously expensive. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that, but stick with your county, man. I'd stick with those.
Stick with this county right here.
Yeah, stick with your local county. Don't go to Oakland. You got your population's fine. 779. And then your median price is, let me look it up. Median price is, that's not right. It says 271. I'm tripping up here. What city are you in? Oh, Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy.
California. Median. There we go. 814. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's up there.
All right. Yeah, it's up there, man. I would go after anything above under 500 or 400 if you can. Anything the lowest type price, just single family houses.
Okay.
And start going after them, man. Pre-foreclosures, government lists, the whole drill.
All right. So I got you, man. I might have cut you off. I invested in a PropStream. So another question is, should I, pull one of those like zombie house lists from PropStream and start calling those, or just the government list, or?
I don't like calling pre-foreclosures. I either text them or put yellow sticky notes on them.
Okay. But the vacant ones with no one lives there.
Cold call.
Okay. Do you know like what list would you say to really focus on, the PropStream list or the government list?
Try for dollars with the PropStream app.
Copy.
Boom.
All right, man. I'm getting the F out of bed.
Get out of bed, bro. You got what? Oh, you got 3 hours on me. So it's 4:14. You go out there. You start going after it.
Hey, I got you. I was talking about your intro, dude. That shit is fire,
dude. It's the only way I can get out of bed, man.
I love that intro.
Awesome, bro.
All right, Zach. Talk to you next,
dude.
All
Take
right,
action. You got this.
Thank you.
All right. See you, man. Boom. All right. Got the last couple ones. Zerk.
Yo.
What's up?
What up, Zach? How you doing? How you doing, bro? You doing good?
Blessed.
Hey, man. Why? I appreciate you doing all this. I know you hear that a lot. But I just have a few questions for you.
Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Sircon. My name's Sircon.
Sircon? How are you? What mark are you doing?
I'm in Caddo Parish, actually.
Okay.
You know Caddo, right?
Louisiana?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. You know where Caddo's at, right?
Where?
Caddo Parish. It's in Louisiana. You talked about it in one of your videos. You're like, this is one of the
like the Lafayette area?
No, northwest. Yeah. That's where it's at. Yeah. But
Right.
yeah, I just had a few questions. I mean, I have notes of them because you said to make questions out and if you're new.
Cato. Okay.
Caddo. It's called Caddo. I don't know. Cato. That's kind of funny.
Oh, Shreveport. All right.
Yeah. You know what it is. Yeah. It's so.
County. All right. What's up?
So yeah, I live around that area, and I'm trying to figure out like, so I'm new, and I know you talk about driving for dollars, and currently I'm without a car right now, so I do a lot of walking, but I know that's because you said you need to do your own backyard, right? You need to go in your backyard before
You're in a good
want to do
market,
virtual. Yeah. You don't want to do virtual. I mean, I would love to do virtual because you don't need a car, but
Do
would like
virtual in
to.
your own market.
Oh, you think I could do that? You think, I mean, I could just do I
Yeah.
mean, does it do up to date like houses on the, I don't know how that works on the virtual, like how you see houses and you go, "Oh, that looks like a crappy house." Let me
Well, go
just
to freewholesaling.com
yeah.
and then go through I did a
I did some
three-part
of your I did some of your I did some
well,
of those videos,
I did
yeah.
a 3-part virtual wholesaling series.
Yeah.
Go through that. You need to understand though, first and foremost, wholesaling and virtual is the same process.
Oh, really?
You're getting an e-signature when you're virtual, you're just getting in person.
Yeah. I just thought that you would suggest for a new person to
Oh, I would. If you
yeah,
don't have a
to
car, you can
drive,
do
yeah.
virtual though.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you. Okay, I understand that. Okay, well, you mind answering some of these little questions I have on these notes, or
I don't
tough?
mind if it helps
Okay.
you out, man.
Yeah, 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 man. Let me look. Let's just start with one. How many houses? I mean, I guess this is easy. How many houses a day should I be looking while driving for dollars if I had to meet a goal? Because I like to have goals. I don't like to be just looking nonstop. I just want to maybe like 100 houses, 50. I mean, how many would you think if you did driving for
100
dollars?
a week, 400 a month. You usually get
Or
400 to get a deal. So deal a month.
okay, 100 a month or 100 a week. You'd say get some houses. Okay. And I heard you wanted to do like five. You want to make a lot of offers. Like it's like
Oh yeah.
numbers. Yeah, you want to make a lot of offers in
If
that.
someone's interested, I want to meet them at the house and give an offer, or at least do a phone appointment and give an offer.
Yeah, yeah, I got you, brother. Oh well, what about how would you get proof of funds? Like I don't have no funds. I'm how would you get your proof of? I mean, do you just like what would you say to that? If you've got no funds, but they're like,
You can use
I
your
need a proof of funds.
you can use your partner's proof of funds.
Oh, so the buyer. Oh, that also brings me another
Do you
question.
have a proof of funds? Well, me and my partner have
Yeah.
plenty of funds.
Okay, I got you. And then the cash buyers list, do I need to start doing that now or do I do that after finding deals?
You need to start finding a title company and a cash buyers list while you're marketing,
Okay.
all at the
And
same time.
I heard you said you need to go to Facebook and all that. So you just would talk, you just PM them and go, "Hey, I'm a new wholesaler," or something like that, and
Yep.
I'm just wanting some buyers for my buyers list or
You can
whatever
cold
like
call
that.
the 4 rents if you want.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. And I guess on the cash buyers, if like a cash buyer, if you told me, you said, or in the video you said making you want them to be okay with them making thousands of dollars on the deal. And so I would say, how do you market that on like Facebook? Like, I mean, how would you?
You got to do a free wholesaling, man. So I have a module in there on Facebook cash buyers. You just copy my ad copy and you post it.
Okay.
It's got emojis and all the it's worded really good. I used to do it.
Yeah.
It's like houses at a deep discount. If you're in Caddo Parish, Shreveport,
Let
whatever,
me
whatever,
know.
whatever,
Yeah.
drop your email. 60% off market. Just paste that in the group. You'll be fine.
Oh,
Don't do it in
okay.
my group though. That's a wholesaling group, not cash buyers group. But
Yeah,
um,
yeah. I'm in that group
bro,
too.
copy
Yeah.
and paste it. You'll
Yeah.
be good.
Okay. Okay. And then I guess you said also if you don't want to get screwed on a deal, just do a memorandum. And I guess for virtual,
I'm
you
not
would
a fan of memorandums. How you
really.
don't get screwed
Okay.
of the deal, you have to do the right steps. When you start cutting corners, that's how you get screwed in a deal. What I mean by that,
Why are you afraid of memorandums?
because you could technically cloud title if you don't do
Really?
it the right
Okay.
way, then you get sued for defamation of title. And I
Really?
don't want to get you thrown in a lawsuit. Oh yeah.
Damn.
If they can go out, bro, if they can go out, if I get sued for defamation of title and affidavit, I can show them how many properties I've bought for cash in the past year and prove that I had the intent to do it. You,
Mm.
on the other hand, if they look in
Yeah.
your bank account, you could get in trouble for it. Now,
Really? Okay.
it's such a stupid like risk, but I want to almost guarantee the risk is zero for you with wholesaling real estate. So
Yeah.
I will tell you not to do a memorandum. Now,
Okay.
that's just me. I always want to keep everyone safe in their best interest, and you don't pay me anything, so I can tell you.
Yeah.
I can scare you, quote unquote, with that, but I can tell you the truth.
I got you, brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I guess I mean, I guess you recommend not to do it. Then you just say, just don't even do that. Okay. Well, man, I've got more questions, but I don't want to take much of your time. I know
Ask
you're.
them. Let's go.
Okay.
I need
So
to
you.
start taking action, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, brother. I'm trying,
You
man.
need to talk to 50 people by next week, so
50
you can get
people.
those
Okay.
questions answered right now.
Yeah. What would you describe as like? I know this is kind of an easy question, but what would you describe as marketing? Like bandit signs, cold calling, that's marketing to you?
So go to freewholesaling.com.
Yeah.
You choose which one you will like.
Yeah.
I prefer you cold call government list. That's probably going to be your easiest option if
Government
you don't have a
says.
car.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And I would also, if you were to expand this, like you got a business, right? Correct. So how do you? I don't know if this is personal or not, but how do you like spend all this money? You say you spend thousands of dollars on marketing. Like,
Trying for dollars, cold calling,
is
SMS,
that
VA.
just all to your employees, and you just basically all that expenditures turns up to like thousands of bucks, and that's how you operate your business? Is that
Yeah,
how it goes?
I'll
Okay.
spend like $8,000 on the mailer and then get 150,000 in deals back. So it's like
Oh
works
damn,
well for me.
that's awesome, man.
That's for direct mail, then cold calling. I mean, I pay a bunch of money in skip tracing, but it's a good return.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's man, you got it all set up. That's why I'm just like, damn, this man. I mean, I'm 27. I don't know how old are you again, Zach? 20.
22. I've been doing this for 5 years though, so
Yeah, man.
you
During
just
high
gotta
school, that's crazy. That's wild.
slowly just get better every day.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I guess I'll do one last question because I mean, I've got more. I'll come back if I have more questions. I'll ask. One last question. I'd say, I guess without scavengers trying to steal away your deal on Facebook, I guess you would just
Don't
go
post
back
your
to
deal.
your. Don't
Just don't
post it.
post it.
Don't post it. So
Call
you just.
no,
Oh, I would
build
just
your
do
own
what you.
personal list.
I would just do what you said again. You get copy that off that free wholesaling, just post it, and that's what. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't ever
And
post the
that's how you
address.
get your deal stolen. You post it online.
Yeah, like if it's like 1504 something street, that would not be good because they'll just go and scavenge it away.
Oh yeah.
Damn, man. All right, well, I guess that's all I have for today, man. I appreciate you helping me
Yeah.
out, and
Thanks,
you
man.
help a lot of people. Yeah, have a blessed
Yeah.
one, Zach.
Oh, all right. Terrence,
Zach, how you doing, man?
what's up, man? How are you?
Man, I'm doing all right. Doing all right, man. Man, I was kind of going through a fiasco the other day. So I started wholesaling last month. Mind you, I'm on freewholesaling.com, and I give you props because a lot of this stuff is like right in your course, dude, that you made.
Oh yeah.
So my situation, I have a VA. I went into this. I'm kind of in a difficult situation. I'm getting out the military, so I kind of got to have my chips together. Income's not going to be coming in, right? So I'm putting everything into wholesaling. I've already spent thousands on like pulling lists. So I use Roar for like SMS, and then I basically have my VA. I have a whole like script. So my VA basically got text, and then all the people that have positive responses, I have my VA go through, and she cold calls all of them, and we book in appointments. But my issue is determining like what's more worth it, cold calling or SMS, because there's so many like people that don't respond. You get a whole bunch of negative responses, and then it's like there's this whole list of people that just didn't respond. So do you recommend kind of one or the other? Because like I want to put my VA to work. I feel like I don't have her, like I don't have her call these people that don't respond, and I feel like it's limiting me, and I'm not getting as many deals as I should be.
I get it. So a couple things you can do. So first of all, are you using a dialer for the cold calling?
I'm using a Skype number, which is an issue too because I
Okay.
don't know what she's saying. I can't train her, so that I know that's another. I'm trying to get my systems together.
Yeah. I'm only asking you because sometimes the happy median is just dropping voicemails when you're calling.
Right.
If you're using so you have no dialer, right?
I don't have no dialer.
Okay, that's fine.
She works in the Philippines, so it's like there's only certain platforms that are actually available out there for them.
I mean, she has a VPN; she can do whatever she wants. But I tell you too, one thing I've done because I used to be like that type of system. I would put your personal cell in some of these lists as just a quality control. For example, I fired so many VAs because I put my personal cell on them. I get a call. There's a rooster and a baby crying while they're cold calling me. I'm like, oh, that's Cindy. Fired, right? Hey, like, bro, how are you going to know how they're good at it unless they call you live and you actually know, right?
Right, and I know, man.
Right, so that's how when you don't have recording, that's the only way you can figure it out without just being in the blue. So that's honestly what I would start doing like just like every 1,000 you're in there. And the cool part is the VA now knows that. And it's like, oh my gosh, this might be Terrence. I better like be on my A game, right? So that works too. You know, I learned that from actually when I was in a grocery store because they used to put in mystery shoppers. So I'm like, why don't I just do that for wholesaling, right? That works pretty well with the VAs. I also say I do it with SMS, but I never do it with SMS. That's number one. What I used to do is if someone didn't answer the phone call, I would text them. So if
Okay.
you're in my list, you're going to call. You either answer the call, you don't answer the call, right? If you don't answer the call, you're going to get a voicemail dropped in of me personally saying hi. And then I would used to, when I didn't have the budget for SMS, like first starting out, I would just text the mobiles and cold call the landlines. And then I would also, the people that didn't answer the landlines, I couldn't text them, but I would also cold call the mobiles too. And then the ones that didn't answer the mobiles, I would go text them also.
Okay.
If they weren't texted already.
So, okay, can I explain? I just want to get your opinion on my system, on my structure, right?
All right.
I kind of explained it a little bit. But yeah, so basically I pull these lists from PropStream. Also another thing is like, is there a max on square feet, right, when it comes to pulling these lists? Because obviously like these houses that are 3,100 square feet, like there's not a lot of cash buyers that like, what can you do with these houses that are 31 square feet and already renovated? Like, how is that? That's not really in high demand.
Well, I'll
How do
raise
you
you
market
this.
that?
How many houses over 3,100 square feet are above the median price in your market? Very low. So I filter by price. I don't really usually get big houses because it's by price.
Okay.
Cash buyers, they don't care much about square footage. It's about the price and the cash flow.
Right.
I'm usually never over 2,500 though. That's a lot, right? That's like pushing it hard. So,
Okay, stay within.
unless it's a multifamily, then do whatever you want. But if you stay within a little above the median and just a median or under, you're gonna be fine.
Okay. Quick question about JVing. So, well, first, okay. This is my first time on live with you. Like, it's kind of crazy that I'm even on here, but my first thing is my system. So the first thing I do, I pull your list from PropStream, throw it in the Roar, I send a text blast to everybody. The people that do respond, my VA calls, books and appointments, and then that's it. Like, and I know I'm limiting myself by obviously not throwing those other leads into a dialer. So now that you told me that, I'm going to start doing that. But is this system? Is it like is it?
Yeah.
You feel like it's like a comment?
Where
like,
are you
is
at
it
right
normal?
now? Where are you at right now?
I'm in Alaska. I'm
Okay.
stationed out here.
Are you after when are you getting out of the military?
June.
And where are you going to go?
I'm planning on going to Texas.
Okay, we're in Texas.
Carrollton area, right outside of Dallas.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you this. Where are you marketing to now?
Shoot, I mean, I've marketed to Greensboro, North Carolina, Myrtle. I've pulled a lot of the like leads that you told me like in these videos.
Okay.
Hampton Roads, Virginia.
You're gonna have to stick to one, man.
Myrtle
you can't
Beach,
be all over
South
the place.
Carolina. Like I'm just pulling all these places where you're saying these are hot. So I'm instead of pulling one list, I'm like, 2K here, 5K here. I probably pull about 30,000 leads. I only have 2 deals under contract, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell is.
I know it's
going on.
Problem, man. Here's what is the most, as someone who does this a lot, what's the most expensive part of cold calling and SMS?
The most expensive part?
It's the most expensive part.
The text?
Skip tracing.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah.
Texting, skip tracing the most expensive part if you're paying for it.
Yeah, I'm paying for it.
If you pay, the cool part about skip tracing for me, for my market, is once I skip trace that list, next year that high equity list is probably going to be 90% the same. So I don't have to go spend it again. Your problem is you spend it in Greensboro, then you spend it in Raleigh, then he spends it in this. You're you're spending all this money on like all these different lists. You just got to stick to one, man. So
Just
one
bang
thing I'm
one
telling
out.
you is in-person wholesaling is going to be better than virtual. This is going to be a tough pill to swallow, but I coming from a place of love. Your best money in Dallas is going to be driving for dollars. Straight up.
Right.
And if you can find people to drive for dollars for you and cold call that list, you don't even need a VA. You'll spend less money and be more efficient.
Okay.
And that's what I tell you. So if you're going to skip trace a list, do it to where you're moving to. Stick to that. Dallas has already proven it works, and the suburbs
Right.
around it. Trying for dollars is the best there, but I'd stick to that because you're going to be way more powerful in person.
Right. And yeah, it sucks, especially like I'm trying to figure out how I can wholesale out here in Alaska because you wouldn't believe how many distressed properties are out here in Anchorage. Like it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Ridiculous. But the problem is I don't know what anything's selling for, so I can't run any comps, you know?
I get it. Anchorage would be a good one too. That wouldn't be a bad one.
The market's hot out here, dude. The average, the median sell price out here is $415.
Yeah.
So it's like in these distressed ones, man, it's crazy market out here. But I do just have one last question, or actually two. That's cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate your help for that, by the way. So yeah, I need to stick to one market.
Appreciate your service, man.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. Man, I
Appreciate it,
appreciate
man.
your service, man. You putting on these young
you
vets,
got a little
man.
more bravery than me, okay, buddy?
You putting these vets on, man. Trying to give us another way, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So
I'm in a JV deal. All right. So this guy hit me up on Facebook. He's pretty cool. I mean, he's helped me say he's the one who put me on with Roar and all the systems. He didn't charge me anything, right? But it's a JV deal, so it's beneficial on his end to help me set up my system so he can make his, end of the deal. I'm in a situation to where we're supposed to be closing on a property June 1st, and this is like the 3,100 square feet, super renovated. It's in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Nice.
Super hot market. Yeah. The only issue is he's having a hard time finding a demand for the cash buyer. I have 2 days left until the inspection period ends, and I could be making like the spread is over $100,000 on this deal, and I'm relying on him, but it's just like
to what? Find the cash buyer?
Yeah, to find. How do you go about like covering
Why
your
don't you
ass in
find the
case he
cash
can't
buyer,
find
dude?
one? Right. Yeah. But it's a JV deal, so I'm like, I'm expecting him to cover his end, but then it's like if I don't, like, is JV even worth it at the end of the day? Like,
all right, bro.
Can you really rely on anybody?
Let me tell you what I do. Okay. Cut out the JV with the guy. Get out of the JV. First of all, extend the contract. Never fun, but you're gonna have to. Get rid of the JV dude. Get out of it. Make sure he's legally out of it, right? He's going to be mad, but he didn't find a cash buyer. He didn't live up to his end, right? Boo-hoo. He didn't live up to his end.
There's no JV contract with us either, so it's
he
not.
didn't sign
there's nothing
anything?
binding us. No, and that's another thing. He wouldn't
Terrence,
send
you have
me
your
one
word?
over.
You have your word? So unless you've guaranteed something stupid, you're going to be fine. Get out of it if you can. If it doesn't break your word or your bond. But I would get an extension. I would literally cold call every single for rent I could, post on all the groups, and find a cash buyer. You have PropStream, right? You said?
Yeah, I got PropStream.
Go call all the for rents, then go to Facebook groups, and then start cold calling cash sales on TruePeopleSearch.com, and you'll find someone.
Right. There has to be.
You'll find someone in 3 days.
This is what he's doing. So I'm looking at the ARV on this place. I got it locked up for 360. All right. The ARV, because I do math, and this guy's kind of more like, he says he has experience, and he's just like off the top with it. And I think it can go for. He thinks it can go for over 500 to 550. It's locked up at 360. All of a sudden, he says he has 2 people. What he does is he sends it off. So he said he sent it to about 40 people, and he said 2 people came in with 2 offers that were $30K under what I got it for. So 320. And then he's like, it's the market. It's the market is, and I'm just like, there's no way. Like,
talk to more buyers, man. That's the key.
I'm just like, yeah. So it's just like I have a trust issue too, and it's just like I'm more of accountable on myself, you know, and I'm trying to be more trusting in other people to cover their end, but
Dude, find a
you
cash
know,
buyer.
yeah,
You just have to go to more cash buyers and offer the price. Someone's going to buy it.
right.
Cold call the 4 rents, cash sales on PropStream, and then Facebook groups. You'll find it.
So I should just no more JVing and just do it on my own.
Dude, do it. You got to extend that deal.
Yeah.
Take action. It's the goal.
One last question, man. What do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
about high level or in Twilio?
What do you mean about Twilio?
Twilio for text blasting, and they also have a dialer, but you can actually integrate it into high level.
Sure. I've never, I mean, I use Batch for it, but I integrate with Twilio, so it'll work out. Just don't complicate it, man.
Yeah, I know. All right, man. I appreciate your help, bro.
All right.
For
Thanks,
real.
man. Have a great one.
You too, brother. Bye.
Boom. Shout out to all of our vets wholesaling. All right. I got to hop off soon, so I got a quick question. What is up?
Hey, Zach. How's it going, man?
I'm blessed, man.
Nice. Thanks so much for this opportunity. I just started out wholesaling, and I haven't closed the deal yet. But anyways, I have a seller that's wanting 60,000 on a house, and he won't go any lower. But when I asked him about the repairs and the condition of the house, he was telling me that the whole thing will have to completely be like gutted. Everything will be completely it's a complete rehab basically. And when I did my my comps, I found out that, you know, this could I guess that's the one question I need to ask. I don't know exactly if the comps that I got are sufficient enough to accept the 60,000, you know. Because with this house, I couldn't even find more than one comp within the same area. But the ARV turned out to be, you know, 257, about 257K based on that one comp, which I know it's not enough to really go off of that.
Let me
It's
ask
just
you
the
this.
one, but
How much
within
do you
the
think
same.
you could rent out for?
Go ahead.
How much do you think you could rent out for?
I used to live in the neighborhood, and we rented our place. It's like the same zip.
All right.
750
A month? 750 a month?
Move closer to you.
Yeah, your internet's kicking
Hello?
out. 750 a month in rent?
Interesting. Hello, Zach? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. This work?
Yeah, the internet might be bad.
All right, you're good, man.
Yeah, can you
hop
hear me?
on tomorrow? Yeah. So I'm just gonna say this, in case you can't hear me, because you can watch the replay on Facebook and YouTube. If the rent is 750, then you know a 1% rule, just generally safe, it's worth 75K. So if he wants to sell for 60, seems like a deal. I'm not gonna go bust his chops for trying to go under. Lock it up for the lowest you can, then find a cash buyer. Cold call the 4 rents in the area, find a cash buyer from there, make at least 10, 15K, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I heard the last.
Watch the replay on YouTube, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Will do.
All
Thank
right,
you,
get
Zach.
that internet
Thank
up.
you. Yep.
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Oh. Awesome, guys. So, guys, if this didn't inspire you to go out there and get your first real estate wholesaling deal, I don't know what will. Go out here, go to freewholesaling.com, learn wholesaling. See you guys soon. See you guys tomorrow.